I figured I might as well get out of the way. I want this out of the way. I don't want to think about this. Fuck this book, at least as far as I'm concerned. Fuck this book. Hey there, and welcome to Mecha May. The name's Adam, and we're lancing this boil.
Hi, my name's
I
Biggy Lance. How y'all doing?
and I'm Tech Priest, and there was some guy on 4chan that talked about us asking when we would cover Lancer. I want to say about a year and a half ago, if not longer.
Well, he's finally getting what he wants. The problem
He's
is,
finally getting what he wants.
He's probably dead.
I would not be surprised if he's dead. Actually,
good night, sweet fat guy.
may a
Alright,
flight
so-
of angels sing thee to thy rees.
So for all you, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
This is all right. Lancer is arguably one of the games that I find the most interesting from a mechanical standpoint that I've really dug into, because I think it's actually a very, very good system.
I don't fuck with
I
this
also
system at all,
think
though.
I also think that there is a subtype of people that are going to bounce off of this harder than like a fucking bouncy ball off of a goddamn like M1 Abrams.
I
Like,
bounced off this with the same energy as fucking Flubber.
Yeah,
I don't fuck
you
with this at
fucking
all.
flubbered it.
I don't fuck with this one at all.
One of the reasons why I never got that big into Lancer was just kind of the art style always kind of put me off. I don't know how
the
to
art style's
describe
very
it.
distinctive.
I don't know how
think
to
it is.
describe it, but it's like the best way I would describe it is it's as if it's what Meat Punks Forever wanted to be. And I think that's the
Well, yeah,
reason
it's
why
because
I
it's
got
the
danger
artist,
signals.
and I should know this. The artist in this is the same guy that does Kill 6 Billion Demons,
Okay.
I've heard about it.
which is a webcomic. So it has
The
its own
problem
very.
the problem I have with it is surviving on art. I think you're reminding me of why I kind of consider this the minis version of Tranche Crusade. Let's get into it. Let's just get into it.
No, because okay, this has a lot more than Trench Crusade. I will say that right off the bat.
I'm being a bit cruel when I compare it to that because this is actually a system you can run. I'm just saying that this is
Not only
going to be
can you run it, the
polarizing.
base system is free, which is actually kind of ballsy to do.
That is true. They at least know what they were doing, so I can't really criticize them there.
They decided that, you know what? If it's good, people will buy the full product. And guess what? They did. There are multiple expansions to Lancer, several different campaign setting books, and a lot of third-party content, which they've encouraged, which, again, to the credit of the developers.
Well, it's
Like,
not really
that's
a credit to the developers. It's part of the attempt to kind of create an ecosystem when they do that. I'm not going to get on them for it too hard. That's kind of what the entire point of the Borg, why Borg it does what it does.
I mean,
Well, of course it's a minis game imp. I know Trench
it's
Crusade's
not
a
a
minis game.
minis. Oh, I thought you were talking about Lancer. No, Lancer really, it does need a hex grid. It is very much that crunchy style of tabletop that certain people are just, as I said, are going to bounce off of.
I don't know. I think this leans a little too close to minis. We'll get into it when we get mechanically. I think it tilts a little too close to that for me to really enjoy it.
One of the reasons why I never got big into it too was from what I understand, kind of like the storyline kind of leans on that whole like oh god, how do I describe it? When I say Meat Punks Forever, I kind of mean like just in the policy. They're less egregious with showing their viewpoints of the world when it comes to Meat Punks Forever, but from what I understand, pretty gay in some respects.
Oh,
Oh yeah, no,
this
like
is
this
the
is
gayest mecha that you'll ever see, and that's saying a lot given Gundam Wing's a thing.
you're seriously saying this is the gayest mecha when there is every series of Gundam.
I literally said Gundam Wing exists, which
Gundam
if you're
Wing
curious,
exists,
okay,
IVO
here's a
exists,
challenge.
Witch of Mercury exists.
One of them is literally a baiting, but here's the thing: if you want to have a fun game, look up Gundam Wing fanfiction, and you will find that the vast majority of it is fucking yaoi. Like there's, for
Oh,
example,
it is entirely yaoi.
in fanfiction.net, There's like 40,000 plus Gundam Wing fan fictions. 28,000 of it is pure yaoi between like hero and duo.
It is let me put it like this. Wing saved the series primarily because of the fact that the Fusoji latched onto it like a goddamn leech.
Well, I mean, it's also not too shabby. As for the cover, I think my problem with the cover is it feels like one of those MOBA games that you would get like a scam ad for on some shitty website. Like some shitty content creator would be like, this is brought to you by Glup Shido, the RPG, and it just shows like AI generated slop. This feels like something I'd
God,
see on like the Epic
this
Game stores for $5.
this is so you're saying that Lancer is the Glup Shido of RPGs.
This looks like a fucking looter shooter in my opinion.
Oh my god.
Like you got the Dave Filoni weeaboo art here. You got the random character drops that you get via gotcha cards. We have Tachikomas at home here. Like we even
I'm
have
not gonna
Katie and
lie.
Dropship Troopers, Ed Farce and the what are they? Fire Warriors. We have Fire Warriors at home.
We have Tau at home. Funnily enough, Baseline Lancer has no, at least at the moment, canonical active species of aliens. There is one that will kind of cover a little bit, but that's a different thing. And that will be when we cover some of the one of the frames in very specific.
By the way, those of
Uh,
you who watch this and are crashing out, there's a reason that I brought Tech here because he likes it. So
I like it. I think it's a fun setting. It's one of the few settings that handles superluminality actually well.
And I am the person that's in the middle.
yeah,
I
Biggs
am
is
the
the audience
tiebreaker.
surrogate.
I
could've
am
been
a
playing
sucker for
softball.
taking hard sci-fi concepts like how do you actually handle faster than light and applies it and then also adds in like not so hard science bullshit. Like a lot of this is not so hard science bullshit, but they give at least a good in-universe reason for it.
I mean, that is true. Lancer is still better than Concord Donovan. The great value Tachikoma on this cover probably would be a much more fun character to play in a looter
I mean,
shooter.
to be fair, that's not really saying much.
True. It's like saying that it's like saying I'd rather have skin cancer than pancreatic. You still don't want it. So the first section is actually the free play rule set. And it goes hard, and this might have been why I bounced off initially just to start with, because holy shit, it just goes right into it, and it is so fast that
It just says,
genuinely.
"Here you go. Here's the game. You're either going to like it or not."
Yep.
And it's refreshing about that. So the
That is
first
true.
page,
That is true. I have to give them credit. They just go right into it. Most RPGs are more about the creators than it is the book.
the first bit is their introduction here. It's kind of the I do like the art of like the mechs getting overgrown by everything. That is some cool fucking art.
That's
one
a
of the better
very
pieces.
There's a
that's
lot of
what
actually really good art in this book.
that happens all the time in Gundam. That's what all the artists in Japan like to draw. About
Oh
the
yeah,
Gundam,
like in
and
the
it's
aftermath of the 1 year war, you'll see like Zaku's overgrown in the jungles of Africa or Malaysia.
so at the very least we're not dealing with fucking posers. So that's it gets one grapple point. So way to go, Lancer.
I mean,
You're
I'm gonna
doing
give
good
them
so
points
far.
for just going full bore. I think my problem is this is also the book that kind of gives you this section of the book also tries to give you its cake and eat it too. We'll get into that, but not yet.
Yes and no. Uh, this section of the book is a basic brief rundown of the setting. Very brief. So the first bit is to sum up that you are an interesting person because you are a lancer. That's their term for a mech pilot, is a lancer, which kind of makes sense.
Yeah, you're supposed to be
Uh,
essentially mechanized cavalry.
yeah, that's what you are. So how do you refer to that? And well, you use Napoleonic or in this case, late medieval terms for dedicated cavalry formation, which is a lance.
They
Uh,
also mention that aliens, they're not really a thing necessarily.
yeah, doesn't mean that you can't do a setting about aliens. That's one of the fun bits about Lancer's setting. Is that there's a lot to flex with. Again, we'll get more into that. But this is in a future where humanity is definitely spread around, but we're still constrained by a couple of things. There are these blink gates, which are allowing us FTL travel through a paracausal technology. I'll go more into that. I love the concept of paracausal technology.
This is actually one of the other minor turnoffs, but I think it's just I don't fuck with Eldritch with Mecha. I just
It's
don't.
not really Eldritch at all. It's just physics bullshit, timey-wimey.
But Adam, what about Evangelion?
Yeah, but I think that might be why Evangelion
It's
shat to
still
bed.
less egregious than new types.
True.
What
There
about
is the whole soul
Evangelion?
thing.
What about Get a Robo? What about specific parts of Mazinger Z?
I mostly watch Gundam,
What
man.
about Gurren Lagann?
Again, it's
Eldritch
still
is
less egregious than new types. I will die on this hill.
We'll get there.
Yes. So, one of the things is that there's a money system, which is mana, which is effectively like your turn on the fabricator. Mom said it's my time for the post scarcity machine.
Okay, so a little bit of what is it? Eclipse phase thrown in.
Yes, there is. Eclipse phase, I think, is actually one of like the subtle inspirations for this. Especially when we get into how characters are handled. The generally speaking, the galactic core of humanity is actually a pretty nice place right now. It's again, we've hit sort of this post-scarcity society, but that's just at the core. On the edges is less of a utopia. Like Union is great if you're there in the core worlds. If you're in one of the periphery worlds, or God forbid, outside of Union, it can be pretty fucking shit. Which is part of where Lancers come in. Lancers are, again, mech pilots, oftentimes mercenaries, sometimes soldiers, sometimes just random people that decided, fuck it. I've got the mom said I have my turn on the giant 3D printer. I'm gonna print a giant robot. And well, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff going on. It is theoretically a utopia, but there's a lot of stuff on the edges that aren't there. And this is sort of where your player characters come in, is that you're expected to not generally be in the center of like everything being good. That's there. That's in the background though, because what you're doing is usually going to be out on the edge, going around fixing problems and doing, well, things that require people with giant robots to do.
AKA, you're not the mover and shaker of the story. AKA, you're the bump fuck in the periphery.
Which that
AKA,
is
well,
a
you
complaint
are
you can do in a setting. That is one of the reasons people never fucked with Faerun as much as they did with other settings, even though D&D kept pushing it. That has been a common
no,
complaint.
it's not that you can't be movers and
No,
shakers.
let me
That's actually
finish.
something that
There's also kind of the issue that I remember from Coyote and Crow, but here's the thing. I'm going to hold back on this until we get to the lore proper, because this is the very short guide. So me shitting on it just
yes.
for this would be unfair.
Pilots are basically from everywhere. Like it is anybody could be a player character, and they kind of go right into that. So playing Lancer, your player character is first and foremost a pilot. First section takes you through building mechs, then it gives you a section about how the missions work, then my personal favorite section, which is the mech combat and compendium, and then the game master's guide and setting guide. Dice wise, this is a D20 inspired system. It has a D20, D6s, and that's most of your dice basically are going to be D20s and D6s. They have a fantastic companion application as well. It's called CompCon. It's free. You can download it. It's really good.
Mm-hmm.
It allows you
also
basically
do
to
need a
build
D3, but that's just basically you
a
group your
D6 divided by 2.
D6s,
Yeah. There's better stuff, arguably, but like, not really. The for like free apps that people do to help play a game, CompCon's like top tier. I will stand CompCon. I think it's genuinely a very good app.
I'd have to actually play around with it. I don't want to criticize something I have nothing. In this case, I'm not going to criticize something. I'd have to actually play with it.
Fair enough. You'd actually have to play around with it before you can
Because I mean, I
give a
could give
judgment,
you
and
my
that's
gut instinct,
completely
but
fine.
hey, my gut instinct is I don't right like this. It's a bit shit in it. The way they handle the golden rules is a bit fucky in the free roll set because
The
it's
golden
a
rule
little rough.
is the golden rule is basically in case of rules confliction, because there's certain things that do break the rules, and that's part of the fun of the game, is specific rules override general rules. As in, like, if your weapon has seeking, it can go around cover that would normally stop it, things like
Okay,
that.
but here's my next question. What if you have more than one specific rule? What goes in priority then?
Generally speaking, they're very, very good about preventing that from happening.
Okay.
Like, as I said, this is a very tight game mechanically.
Okay, I'd have to actually
which we'll get
it.
into in a second. Narrative play and net combat. So there is a very clear line of delineation given between narrative play and actual combat, because the actual combat is very much focused on hex grids and everything else like that.
Essentially, this is where the debate of I genuinely consider this more of a minis game because outside of the combat, it's mostly just theater of the mind, kind of. It's theater of the mind stapled onto what I think is at the core of it, a skirmish minis game.
Adam, it's either theater of the mind or it's or a minis game. They can't be one or both, buddy.
This one tries to, and that's one of my complaints with it. I had the same problem with the One Ring RPG, which does the same thing. It has like 3 different styles of play, and it kind of makes things a bit fucky wucky.
It's almost like they're trying to be very very general.
They want their cake and want to eat it too. And hey, that's fair, but
and that's fair because how they handle it is very simple. Narrative play is secondary to tactical play whenever that comes up. The core of Lancer very much is its tactical gameplay.
And that's why I don't
like
count
that's
this
the thing
as a
that the system
TTRPG.
thrives in.
I just don't count it as a TTRPG. We'll show why.
Oh, it is very much a TTRPG, but you know,
well, I mean, in the traditional like Warham's First Edition, where it played a little bit in between, but it's still much more a minis game in my opinion. We'll get there.
You could take it. You could take it like that. I know you're very negative on that concept.
What can I say? Getting your ass destroyed because they literally refused to want to take any fucking damage in the match really turned me off of minis.
And to be fair, that's just most players in general. Sorry, Adam.
Fine with me. It means I don't have to spend hundreds of dollars on that shit.
Okay, so the basic dice rules, you know, you got your skill checks, your attacks, your saves, you get your bonuses and penalties, and how they affect things. They go into a little bit of detail on that. But let's get into the actual like narrative thing.
Well,
so accuracy
one thing,
is
there's like these little narrative benefits or modifiers that you can throw in, which it can make rulings a bit fucky. But I mean, if you're keeping track, it's fine.
So accuracy and difficulty. So the very basics is that if you have accuracy, you get to roll your d20 plus a d6 for every point of accuracy you have, then add it all together.
Oh no, it adds an extra d6. I'm reading it right now. It doesn't add a d20.
Yep. No, it would just be a d. Usually, accuracy applies to a d20 roll, is what I'm saying. So it'd be you'd roll your d20, and then you'd roll a d6, and you'd add together.
And
if you have accuracy,
subtracts basically.
And difficulty subtracts.
I think this might be borrowing in an attempt to codify a different way to do how Modiphius does threat.
I mean, maybe.
It could also be a nod to the Edge of Empires and other Star Wars games by Fantasy Flight, which had
it's better than doing this. It's better doing advantage disadvantage D&D style, which leads to some wonky dice curves.
In this case, because you declare how much difficulty and how much accuracy you have, that already makes it. I will say this: it does make it better than the time I played Edge of Empires. Which
it's It's very much like,
Hey, do you
all
want to
right,
get like 5 advantage and no successes because the failures take away your successes?
One thing
oh,
Lancer
hey,
does,
What do you
we got a
hear?
new pilot dropping in.
it's my Kabbalic
Titanfall has come.
engineer. Quick, I need you to use your Kabbalic mystic energies to make this mystical fucking robot. Help me. Use your
Mechachai,
sciences and-
mechachai, mechachai, mechachai. I don't know.
He
Does
must
that do
empower
anything?
the golem.
No, that's later.
Fine.
So-
We're not dealing with the
And that.
Eldritch computer monsters yet.
We'll get into
So-
those. Those are actually a cool part of the setting. I like them.
So one thing I will say about Lancer is at least they weren't so up their own ass. You know, Star Wars can get away with it because it's Star Wars. They didn't make you buy a whole entire new dice
Oh, yeah.
set. You know,
No, that's
You
FFG
just
that
use
does
method.
that. FFG fucking loves that.
Well, yeah, it's a way to get extra money because they produce their own proprietary dice, meaning that they get a bit of a
And
paycheck
then
out of
FFG
you.
went out of business. And then FFG went out of business, so you know.
Well, Modipius picked up that slack.
Yeah, basically they got bought out by a company that shoveled all their debt onto it, if I remember correctly.
That sounds about right. Also, there's grit where the way this works is you, again, to use the second golden rule, since there is a second one, was it round up?
Yes.
So you use your grit and just add that as bonuses, round up by half.
Again, the math on this is actually very tight.
the math ain't mathin'.
Well, I'd hope so, given that it's essentially a minis game. I'm fucking with you. We'll get there.
I don't think.
All
you
right.
are.
So missions,
probably
scenes,
am
and
not.
bound. Yeah. So grid is half of basically grid is your bounded accuracy. Basically, the better your license level goes, the more grit you get. So the easier it is for you to go and go after lower level enemies, things like that. Which fair enough. Again, if you're a skilled pilot, you should be getting a little bit better than your bog standard person.
That's fair. Although it does lead to the funny thing of first and second level licensing, because most people start at second, just having the same grit bonus. Which might be why they threw out the first level stuff.
The first level is more of this is for first time players, because we'll get into why, and why I think that's actually a decent design decision for, again, the ability to play first time characters, because it gives them a more. Again, we'll get to that when we get to that, once we start talking about license level in actual depth. Mission scenes downtime. Basically, as described, you have the game is split into several sections: mission scenes and downtimes. Missions are
Everybody loves their
actual
downtime.
we're going out and we're punching Satan in the dick.
Essentially,
as every good
downtime this is the theater of the mind's eye theater mechanic, where you can literally LARP, because the mechanics are so light in these that, yeah, the mission is where they actually expect you to try. Again, having their cake and eating it. This is, I think, where you just kind of staple a LARP onto a minute. I gotta stop hammering it in. I'm being pedantic.
You're just griping for the sake of griping.
Yeah, I mean, I had to play the same first edition Warhammer.
Adam, how does it feel knowing Mike and Jay are less cynical than you?
Feels great, man. Feels great, man. I'm not getting embarrassed but with their horrible Star Wars takes and attempts to defend their decision to have J.J. Abrams shit on it. Suffer, Mike.
Also, what the hell is that tank? Or mech?
It looks like
it's an Inuit. It's an Inuit-run mecha.
That's actually... there's a planet of these ice people. I can't remember the exact lore for it, but they built their own mechs to fight the giant fucking monsters that live on their planet. Kind of rad. They're covered, I think, in more detail in the setting guide, but they're pretty cool.
I think it'll be more fair when we get into the proper. This is just the quick set rule.
Right, license level 0. So to give you an idea, licenses level is basically there. You get your starting gear, you get one mech frame, which is the baseline frame, the Everest, which plenty of people say Everest is arguably all you need. You can play the game without ever actually getting into any of the special frames, because Everest is just that good.
Okay.
It never falls out of the ability of being a viable frame, which is really good.
We can go up to what, level 12?
Yes, up to level 12. You can continue playing after level 12, but they don't really support that after that point. You could house rule it, but by that point, you've already gone through 12 separate missions. So that'd be at least like 12 to 24 sessions. So a decently sized campaign.
Okay, so this favors shorter campaign.
It can favor shorter campaign or longer campaign depending
And
on
would
how
you
you
call
play it.
12 sessions a short campaign?
Yes. I would. Most of the times I run a game, I usually can bang out at least 30, and I consider that at least an average length.
I mean, when you consider that 12 to 24, because it wouldn't be like, no, because like every mission would
That's a
be
decent
multiple.
run. That's like about a year. That's like about a year
Yeah.
to a half a year, depending on how you run it.
So pretty satisfying overall. Like,
Yeah, I'm not gonna get on him for the length. I mean, for fuck's sake, if that was the case, I'd have to shit on the Alien RPG, which that thing favors one shots. It's similar to Call of Cthulhu, really. I'm not gonna like that. Hey, that's their design aspect. I'm not gonna get on them for timing.
Yep. I think that it's a perfectly fine way
It's
of
perfectly
designing
fine.
how your progression works out. Every time your license increases, you can respec. So you don't get stuck with whatever. If you find that what you built, you don't like it, you're not. It's not like, fuck you, you're stuck with it. No, you can just completely jettison it.
Okay.
Uh,
On the one hand, I don't dislike that idea. On the other, I'm on the fence about that one. Kind of on the fence on that. Because it's basically a way for someone to basically cheese the fuck out of the game.
yes and no.
Most people
Like, it's a
won't,
way.
but some people would.
Trust me, there's some cheesy builds I can get into, but that's not one of the cheesy ways of doing things. Most of the cheese.
That party composition is just cooked. It feels like there'd be some YouTube shorts involving these 4 characters. Like from a wannabe Critical Role. I'm sorry, it's just there's something about it that's just making me kind of shake my head.
I mean,
Now
well,
here's the question: which one's the queer one?
Yes.
All of
The
them.
better question is which one. The answer is none of them are straight. They're all gay in their own way.
This is, as somebody said, this is Gay Space Robots, the game. So, still less gay than Wing.
That is true. It's also an order of magnitude less homosexual than Seed. Seed is somehow,
That's
despite
true.
having a straight pairing, even gayer than Wing. It's actually impressive.
It's actually quite impressive just how. Well, it's also that Seed's just terrible.
Oh yeah. So it basically gets the homosexuality, but then it's actually also gay.
Adam,
Because
what have I told
in the
you?
certain sense of being lame.
What have I told you? I got the collector's edition of Sea Destiny for only like $9 on eBay.
Gay.
That person owes you $15.
That
They
person
should have
owes you a
paid you
discount.
$6 to give it.
They should have paid you to take it.
I figured, just for shits and giggles, because like there was other shit too. I wanted the 4K fucking They Live 4K physical of They Live. Damn it! Somehow I didn't get that, but I got fucking Destiny.
You got the 4K version of Destiny instead of They Live.
That's
you know
cursed.
what? By comparison, I'm going to say I would rather play Lancer than watch a 4K rip of fucking Sea Destiny.
Oof.
Because so
That's
far,
how much he
I'm not.
hates.
Well, no. Here's the thing. I don't like Lancer, but here's the thing. I think, despite that, I've been attempting to be pretty fair.
You've been
so
pretty
far.
generous to this so far. You've been like, okay, this is an actual game.
As generous as you
there's
can
actual
be.
rules.
As generous as my biased ass can be, yes. But yeah, you're in the fucking robot. You're in Shinji's position, only without the daddy issues, or maybe with the daddy issues, because
No, I mean it's RPG. You're going to have a daddy issue.
Well, no, any character. Remember. So here's the optional backgrounds you can do on a D20. Which, hey, fair enough. You use a D20, might as well.
Basically, if you just want to randomly generate a pilot, here's some backstories for you. They also go into one of the first bits, which is diasporas.
I have one thing that they could do. This isn't a criticism. This is something they could have done since they use D6s. D66. They could have done that.
They could have. D66 is a perfectly fine table.
Fine.
D20 is fine for this sort of table.
Yeah,
though.
I'm just saying it's an alternative. I'm not criticizing in this case. I'm just saying.
I mean, with
they've had more
D66,
options.
you have to create quite a few. You have to create like what 36 options at least.
That's not that much more.
It's not that much more, but it's also a little more awkward to explain
it.
it, I guess.
Also spacing. This thing is already like 400 pages, man. So
Right, there's a lot in this book. It's a very dense core book in terms of
it's
that.
relatively dense. And here's the other thing: unlike the Alien RPG, so okay, I love the Alien RPG, but I will get on it for one thing. It is dog shit at using its spacing.
Welcome to Free League. That's one of their big things.
You
is
could
that
easily
they are,
cut like 150 pages out of that bitch.
So
let
what
me
is
put it
Free
like this:
League
there's a
exactly?
reason why the Swedish aren't able to get things into space.
It's a RPG company.
They just put too much fucking shit in it.
It's an RPG
Oh, they're like a
collective.
Fucking
vanity
IKEA thing.
publishing.
There's always some fucking
no.
screw up.
They're
They release
Free
some
League's an
bangers,
established
but Free
publisher.
League also has a lot of shit content as well.
Free League is, again, I can't say that Free League's bad, but we're getting way off topic.
Welcome to our Lancer video.
Welcome to our Lancer video. So far, we have discussed more Gundam, how Adam hates miniature games, and how Seed is the worst and should be burned in fire. Every
What?
copy.
Well, it's more that I had several horrible experiences attempting to play minis games, and then I just said fuck this.
That sounds like a you problem.
It probably is, but hey, guess what? I didn't have to spend hundreds of dollars on plastic crack.
Lancer?
It's fantastic. I could use it to get stuff like this.
I can instead spend my money on being a gay space pirate.
I mean, that is a probable improvement from. In fairness, I cut my teeth in minis games on the amazing game called Hero Clicks, which was probably the biggest fucking mistake of all time.
Lancer,
so
where we
far-
explore Adam's deep lore.
So as we're looking at here, we have the backgrounds for your different pilots,
Mhm.
which I enjoy. I always love backgrounds. It's it helps you flesh your character out.
Give an idea.
Makes you-
Celebrity, colonist, Farfield team, hackers, mechanics, mercenaries, medics, NHP specialists,
And
nobles,
what they do
outlaws.
is they give you guiding questions, which this is very newbie friendly. So here's the thing, right?
Yep.
I'm praising this
They
book in this
assume-
regard. It teaches if you have no fucking clue on what you want to do. For
Kinda
example, with
has to be,
celebrity.
though.
Were you an actor or a singer? What type of career were you into? In your old life, you couldn't do anything. How are you adjusting to new life? Like, these are questions that you should ask when you're making a character. They do this thing because they assume that you might be new. This is something
Yes.
most RPGs nowadays don't do.
New to
The
Mecha
thing about it
too,
is that it's also designed, or more accurately, this book is designed to be as friendly to people that are coming out of like the D&D 5e as possible.
exactly.
It's not gonna fucking work, but I'm giving them credit for trying.
It's not going to work 100%, but it's actually a lot better at it than you might give it credit for initially.
I'm giving it quite a bit of
We
credit.
also get to know lore about the Cosmopolitans.
Yes, the Cosmopolitans. So the first off is Diasporans. Diasporans is basically everyone that's been out, left the homeworld, so to speak. It can be basically anything because, well, we've colonized a big chunk of the Orion Spur. So, you've got your, standard, like quaint colony worlds to, metropolitan hellscapes. Basically think Detroit mixed with Chicago, mixed with Shanghai, mixed with Kowloon walled city. You've got your various, ecological preserves, paradise worlds, all that can fall under a diasporan. Cosmos are a bit different. Cosmopolitans are
They're
interesting.
indigents, transients.
They're rootless.
A lot of it is because these are the people that are, for whatever reason, potentially business, potentially just desire and wanderlust, that they go on these superluminal ships, which means that they have a very wonky view of time.
Well, it's not that they have a wonky view of time. It's that because you're going in your space near the limits of light and beyond. Yeah, gravity is a factor in aging, and light speed does that too.
Right. So this means that they are actually one of the most interesting groups, I think, in Lancer, because they talk about how, like, they have their own separate colony places on a lot of these worlds because the time dilation is a real problem for them. In terms of culture shock, because you can be gone for effectively like a month, your time, but in reality, like 60 to 70 years have passed.
Good old warp fuckery.
Superliminal
No.
stuff. So they basically have like these like
Historical districts,
Um,
effectively.
yes, that's a great way to put it. They have like these historical districts often in like big space stations that'll cover like
No, so they literally just took this from the Forever War.
Yes, they did.
I mean, the Forever War is definitely an inspiration, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that is the thing. I would get on him for it, but hey, at least they're trying
It's a
something with
good
it.
source.
I was about to say, when's the last time you remember somebody referencing the Forever War?
Yeah, like
More
are
than
you
more
mad?
than you think. More than you think. But the thing is, they use this one actually at least with some idea.
Yeah,
in reality, they probably also borrowed a bit from the Interstellar
I mean, I think
because of the black hole
sort of
planet.
came out before that.
That was an Interstellar 2012.
Like, I actually don't know when Interstellar came out. Fuck.
No, I could be wrong. This could have come out before, but I think Interstellar came out first. And if I'm wrong, that's fair. It's still probably more from Forever War.
Interstellar came out in
It
2014.
feels more from Forever War.
2014, and Lancer, I'm pretty sure, is years later.
A couple years later. I first heard about it around 2020.
Oh yeah, and then
As of this printing, this is 2024, but that's probably for this edition.
I think
I'm
it's
gonna
2019.
let's just be fair and say 2019 sounds about right. I'm not saying that they borrowed from Interstellar. I'm just saying that that's probably the biggest go-to and inspiration for how they handle Cosmos, just because of that whole black hole planet.
Yeah.
I mean,
Also,
black hole
we
planet,
have
time dilation.
for more lore. For more lore, we have NHPs.
Non-human persons, and this is actually one of my favorite little bits of this, because you know who read the Culture series and really liked it? The devs.
That makes a lot of sense.
Ah.
I mean,
power
of all the things that you could be copying from, like, this is some good stuff to copy
These
from, at
people
least.
know their hard sci-fi.
Yes, they do.
Well, remember,
for
they were
those of you
inspired by Eclipse Phase, which also is inspired very hard by hard sci-fi.
For those of you that don't know, for the Culture, just imagine a power scaling Death Battles wet dream. That's them as a civilization.
Yeah,
The
that
Culture
sounds
is
about right.
To be more, they are they are in intergalactic civilization of space hippies.
Ian Banks really fucking loves writing space hippie weirdness.
Well, actually, no, space hippie neocons.
It's kind of like the Culture is a fantastic example of like how weird you can get into like a culture and how unrecognizable it can be because of certain things.
I want you to imagine then Dick Cheney just smoking a doobie.
Basically, yeah. Like
while masterminding various politics on a planet to either disrupt or convert them.
While masterminding 9/11,
also,
yes.
basically, now also add in an AI based on Dick Cheney that has zero sense of right and wrong, but has decided that humanity's fun, so they're going to keep him around. Yeah.
So normal Dick Cheney then.
So normal Dick, yeah.
All right.
Rest in peace.
Now what kind of background would Dick Cheney be?
To live.
He ran out of babies to eat. That's why he died. He starved to death.
So yeah, the NHPs
stem cells.
appear to be black box paracausal entities that are used widespread throughout the Union. You know, because nothing says warp, basically shoving demons into AI like that.
No, okay. No. Paracausal tech allows for them to have infinite processing power because they've always had that processing power because they created the causation that gave them that.
The effect causes
it's
the causation.
Paracausal. It basically there is no connection in between it. It's weird and it's wonky and I love it.
It's essentially time loop bullshit, which I never really cared for. My least favorite Star Trek episodes were the bottle episodes where they were stuck in time loops.
They're the Cthulhu
time loops really don't apply to paracausal technology because it's rather than like from A to B, like A, B, C, D, right? Mm-hmm. Paracausal skips B and C to get right to D.
Okay.
It's a little wonky, but it's still fun. So, but right, triggers. Triggers are basically they're working off of a modified version of PT powered by the Apocalypse to help guide role playing
Oh boy.
outside of your giant stompy robot.
Oh, that's not a good thing to hear.
They're taking the good part of it.
Ah, okay.
They're not going like, oh, all that. No, basically put your triggers, you only have 4 at the starting with, but triggers gives you a bonus to doing something. So for example, like threaten, get somewhere fast, leader, inspire, or spot. It doesn't mean that you can't do other things. It's just that this is what you're better at as part of your background. Like for example, celebrity might have like leader, inspire as one of their triggers, while someone that's say a career criminal is probably going to have get their hands on something as a trigger.
So
Okay.
it's more specified.
Yes.
Oh
It's
my
not
god,
really
it is me
specified,
punks.
but I'm noticing that it's similar to a move, but they limit it to only once, which is very helpful.
Me punks
Yes.
did the exact same thing with the idea of triggers. I'm not liking this.
I mean, it doesn't help that you have triggers over what looks to be the most modern Tumblr ass art possibly out here. Right below you. I'm joshing.
No, they're honestly this is a little bit more advanced BattleTech art.
I mean, yeah.
Oof, no.
Like
That's
example
that's a
triggers.
Canopian on the left, and that's a Lyran on the right.
Yeah. The triggers there in pilots in combat, they also mentioned that like, yeah, if you want to get out of your mech and try to do something, you can. You're just gonna die horribly, like a fucking frog in a blender.
Okay.
Because your actual HP, your size, your evasion, all that is not very good. If you're out of your mech, you are vulnerable. It is how it is. You could theoretically kill another mech while out of your mech, but it'd be very dangerous and probably not worth the risk.
And the reason they did it this way is that way they can just fine-tune what they really wanted to do, which was just the mech part of BattleTech.
Right.
To be fair, that is the money shot when it comes to people like me.
Yeah.
It can be.
Like how well does this define?
So we can go then into the mech structure.
Right.
And
so
the
how does a
mechs-
mech actually work?
We've got the skills
Hey,
of
hey, look at this delicious and dungeon ass art with an ATST in the background.
Yep. They're just
no,
cooking.
that's an
they're cooking out.
ATPT. That's the size of an ATPT right
And
there.
look at that, they even got a space dog.
Oh, they do.
And they're taking
Look
that
at him, he's
one of
cute.
they're probably eating one of the animals that was seen in episode 1's pod racer scene. The big white creature with the
Yeah.
yeah.
They're eating that stick bug guy.
You know, they're eating the bugs. They're eating the bugs. They're gonna go into their pod as their six-legged bird dog is just like being the filthiest fucking thing
They're
on
gonna
this.
they're gonna
They're eating
gay
the
marry
pets.
their space dog. This is the future the woke left wants.
I just realized the tall person is what the character from Rick is what's his name? Rocky Stoltz from Mask. They're mask maxing. Also, I don't
So,
like the
yeah.
bulge. I don't like the bulge in the pant leg there. I know that's supposed to be a pouch, but it just looks wrong.
It's a it look, listen, you get really lonely on a FTL travel ship.
Sometimes you gotta. Sometimes you just.
Sometimes you gotta
You gotta shag
you know,
Ricky Stoltz or fucking from fucking Mask.
yeah. Listen, sometimes you
sometimes
gotta
you gotta
bioengineer
have.
a penis.
Sometimes you gotta have genetic deformities.
Someone wants a realistic dildo. No, that
Yeah,
plastic
sometimes you
crap.
just need one attached to your thigh, just because, you know. You never know when you'll need it.
Fun at parties.
Yeah.
They then hammer home how to create a pilot again, which that's fair.
Pilots in combat, and then basically like if you just need a basic rundown of what you need to do, here it is.
And
if you can't read.
Is it bad that I thought I saw a Star of David on this dude's gloves?
L'chaim.
No, that's
it because it almost looks like a triangle, and you see the little prong, and it almost looks like
a parallelogram.
Yeah, it's.
I know, but like for a half second out of the corner of my eye.
This mech has been promised to us 3 centuries ago. Time dilated, that'd be 3,000 years.
Yeah, Jews in space.
So did they?
I gotta wonder what the Jewish mech actually would be.
On the one hand, I really like their vernier thrusters, and I do like the cross section. On the other hand, why did they give the mech feet? Why does it have toes? Did they get a foot fetishist
It's
to draw
because of
this?
it's because of the manufacturer of that model. They really like their boutique designs.
They
You
really
could also say for
they're foot
gripping.
fetishists. They're the foot
For-
Yeah.
fetishists of the mech
I mean,
world.
you're not wrong because the company that makes that mech are kind of low key human eugenicists
Seriously, they put
and
so much
kind of
effort into
weirdos.
designing the toes compared to in the hands too.
They custom build their
There are also
mechs
only
like
four
boutique.
toes.
Oh, I just realized this motherfucker's a White Sox fan. That's unfortunate.
Oh,
Oh,
boo!
no.
Oh
Boo!
God.
Poor guy.
This is the type of dude who chugs Jepson's Malort as he sucks on his mecha's toes.
Actually, what Lancer frame would the Pope drive? Because he is from Chicago.
He is from he is unfortunately a Sox fan, but hey, we can't all be
It can't be
perfect.
perfect.
I like how they
Nobody's
gave this
perfect.
thing a revolving barrel cannon.
That's actually a missile launcher.
Oh.
It's a rotary missile launcher. It's one of the.
Also, the optics arrangement is a little fucky to use that scope.
Again, it's a custom build. You'll understand it when we get into the manufacturers.
So,
But
mechs
the
here,
basic stats of
we-
the mech are your hull, your agility, your systems, and your engineering.
also height, usually 3 to 15 meters. So honestly, not
Yes.
that big.
So
You can make it larger if you want to, but they gotta go with that for it to be at least somewhat practical to have these things around because, like, you have to
you're
understand,
building
Gundams are
mechas, it's
fucking
not
huge.
practical. I'm sorry, but it's not practical. Let's be.
I know,
fucking
more
Don't
scale
even start with
wise.
practicality in mecha.
This is more. I'd
If
say
they're
it's more
going to
like
lean towards hard
Titanfall level.
sci-fi, that is something you have to face.
This is more Titanfall level.
Right.
Code Geass also has the nightmare frames tend to be about this height.
Yeah, it's just to make it things a little less like absolutely crazy.
But let's go into the skills.
Also, they
The
very much
skills
are. They're very much are on Tech's brainwave. If you're curious, because the entire thing is they're all modular.
Yes. Which is, you have to understand, modularity in designs like this is like a huge thing for me because it's like we've got fucking pylons and all these other like things that we've created for like planes. Why wouldn't we apply the same sort of idea of like hard points and stuff to like, other combat vehicles if we can?
I mean, it's the entire
Especially
principle
next.
in modern day. It's the reason why the T-14 Armada exists as a concept in Russia. Like it's supposed to use the same chassis as
Modular
the T-15.
vehicle family. Well, there's been a bunch of those. Like one of my favorites is the what was it? CTRVL or I can't remember the exact combat reconnaissance vehicle tracked CRVT.
Yeah, they made a bunch of those. They made a bunch of variants
Yes,
of
and they
those.
had a bunch of variants of those, and
Same with the
I
metal
love
box.
them.
The M113 also had quite a few variants too.
Well, the M113 variants came later, but like the British CRVTs are their own like unique special thing, and I love them because they're genuinely really good at what they were designed to do, and they just made so many cool little variants of them. Like you've got the ones that have the anti-missile anti-tank missiles, anti-air missiles. There's a hospital variant of them. There's the variants with like a 75 millimeter cannon on them.
I think there's the
A
engineering
30
variant where
millimeter.
it's like for bridge
There's
link
an
and shit.
engineering variant. There's an APC
All right,
variant.
let's start.
They're fun.
Well,
I love them.
we're just highlighting that they're on the
let's keep it
brainwave length of
on the
mecha
mech,
guys
yeah.
or gunpla
Right.
assemblers.
So we've got
So
when you're what is this? This is for building, piloting, fighting. You've got hull, building, as well as a lot of strength and resistance roles.
Yep. Basically, hull is how strong is your frame. Agility is how well does your frame move and like navigate. Systems is effectively how resilient electronically your mech is, and applies to stuff like e-warfare and all that. Like, what's your systems like? What is your specialty in how it's gonna work out with that? Engineering is basically like just how
easy is it
like
to
tinkered
fix,
is things,
or how much do you
like,
tweak it?
yeah, like how much tweaking does this thing have? Do you have like extra charges to add on to like say like extra storage space for various systems or items that you might be carrying.
And hey, look, a little bit of
Things like
battle
that.
tech nodding, because it also handles your heat management, because the thing you have to worry about is
Right.
heat cap.
Yep, because these things can get very hot because we're talking about dealing with, reactors and laser weaponry and paracausal technology. Like, all that's going to have heat, and that heat has to go somewhere.
Battle tech, we're trying to leech... Cattle slabs,
We're
you're
taking
looking real succulent.
It's called inspiration, you cynical fuck.
I mean, what are they going to do? It's either that, Gundam, or they get sued by Sun. What was it? Not Sun.
Harmony Gold.
Who the fuck? Harmony Gold.
Also,
I mean-
they have a repair cap, which is similar to heat cap. It's just how many times can you fix this thing until you need resupply.
Basically, how fucked can this thing get before it really needs a full overhaul?
Look, I'm sorry, pal, but your weird foot fetish mecha, I can't fix that. But no!
I can't fix it. We got to send it back to
We
manufacturer.
gotta send it back to Space Chicago. It'll take like 1,000 years. Wait, what? Yeah, don't worry. It'll come back in a month.
Don't worry about it.
It'll
I got
come
a
back in
cousin.
month. Wait, but you
I
said
got
1,000
a-
years.
I-
Yeah, 1,000 years.
Yeah.
Space
got a
time.
cousin-
1,000 years from my perspective.
I've got a cousin's bloodline that can help me.
Oh wait, no, it's already
No,
here.
I'm just
What? How did that paracausal bullshit? Don't think about it.
Paracausal technology. Don't worry about it. My cousin
already
Vinny, he
fixed.
knows about these things.
Well, he knew about them, and he will know about them.
Well, he knows about them, and he knows
You
about
already
them.
knew your problem
Look-
before you even mentioned it to me. Honestly, he
Yeah,
said,
I don't know about
hey,
Vinny. He's
get,
a weird
get
guy.
The foot. Get the
He
weird
says he needs
foot.
to castigate the enemies of the Godhead. So,
So
the-
far,
then we
first
have
manufacturer-
modular. We have
I'm-
the mechs being modular.
yes, the first manufacturer we also get mentioned here is General Massive Systems, or GMS. Most of the mechs in setting are canonically, at least originally, going to be made by, well, GMS. In other words,
Interesting.
your system is a GM. Generally massive.
Well, no. The other thing I'm thinking of is, well, isn't there another mech manufacturer in modern day that starts with the GM? General Motors.
Yeah.
General Motors. There's a little bit of that. There's also just, again, it's a slight Gundam nod too.
It is a little bit of a Gundam nod, but
'Cause
here's
the
the thing.
gyms.
In hard sci, this is referencing old hard sci-fi because here's a fun little trait. Did you know that there's actually a manufacturer for the Nostromo in Alien? It was made by
Who is it?
Lockmart, which is the modernized version in that era of Lockheed Martin. They just shortened the name when it rebranded in the 20th century. So it's nice. It's nice that they actually think this through. I will say this, so far, I have issues with how the game plays somewhat. I'm not interested, but I don't hate it so far anymore.
Step
Yet.
1. But now we'll go to the structure. So you've got your basic thing, your frame.
Oh,
Yep.
and they also
So
give
your frame
examples of
is-
how they level up in licensing, just out of curiosity.
Yes. So your basic license, every Lancer is going to start out, if you're starting out level license level 0, you're going to start out with an Everest because it's peak. Everest is all you need. I genuinely mean this. It is one of the best frames in the game because of how versatile it is. You can build anything you want with it. It can look like anything you want because it's a fucking generic mech. You want a Gundam?
Basically, if you want to make a Gundam, this is it.
Yep. Gundam mechs have various characteristics with their frame. So they have their mounts, their size, their armor, their weapons, their system points, and their core systems.
Now,
There's
I
also
have a
damage types, but
to kind of spoil it a little bit, but I know there's like legendary mech frames and stuff like that too. But for like the general like Everest stuff, like can you get like legendary like equipment that'll help you keep up with those kind of frames?
Well, I'm
just so you
looking
can
in.
still have the
Here's
Gundam?
here's some examples. It
Yeah.
doubles in health because it gets bonuses from grits and personalizations, and you can get some neat stuff out of that.
there's a ton of neat stuff that it can do.
So
Like,
it,
it
it
also
can
build your
progress
own
quite
mech.
a bit. Like maybe
Yes.
in terms of stats, it doesn't stay that much different, but you know.
No, stat-wise, it actually, like, the thing about
You
the
can play
Everest
around
is,
with
like,
it, yeah.
you want to build a hacker, you can build a hacker out of it. You want to build a melee mech, you can build a melee mech out of it. You can build a very nasty sniper mech out of an Everest. There's Everest that can fly. I've seen builds of Everest that are just like, I have no idea what the fuck this guy was smoking, but it's basically like a Macross Missile Massacre. Or one of my personal favorites that I've seen is that somebody was like theory crafting about how many times can I shoot you with paracausal technology in one round?
Really cool, my friend. Really cool.
Basically, yeah. It's actually very strong because it's so flexible. And then it's got its sister frames that are flexible, like Pachamagartha and Sagamatha, which are other names for Everest. So they're just variations in the frame. One's for electronic warfare, one's more of a tank build.
Then
And
we
those
go
are in some of
into
the side material.
missions.
Core bonuses are things that you come in, and if you're creating and customizing a mech, you have your talents, you have your core bonuses, and your creation examples. Like here's an example of Raijin, right? Here's on page 36. You can see that this is a baseline Everest. I want to note how good these traits are.
Okay,
Initiative.
let's go. I'm going back
You
up.
may
Because I was looking at the mission, sorry. There we go. Baseline Raijin.
Yes, so you can see here, he's put points into hull to boost that up. He's got a repair cap of 6. Standard first level things. Replaceable parts, which is 1 repair per structure damage, which is actually pretty big. And then the other one is, once per scene, you may take any quick action as a free action.
Okay.
Basically put, you can start to cheat the action economy. That's incredibly good.
So what you're saying is that this game plays like fucking Yu-Gi-Oh, where you just chain up combos until you win in the first round.
Well, if you're an Everest player, that's one of the best ways to play Everest.
So this is basically the Yu-Gi-Oh of tabletop RPGs. How big's the ban list?
It's there is no ban list.
I'm playing around, don't worry.
And then we also have to see that crack shot, infiltrator, leader. You've got spot +2, and then if you look at the weapons there's a wonderful anti-material rifle.
Yes.
So I'm presuming that the rules are you get a free aim, and then you get to shoot.
Theoretically, you could do that, or you could use that. You could use your quick action as a free action, reload it, and fire again, all in the same round.
Hip fire your anti-tank rounds.
Yep, that's a very viable thing you can do with this guy.
To be fair,
then we go to the level 3 version,
which is what he clearly decided did, to make it Full Metal Jacket.
He decided to make the Raleigh, which the Raleigh is like the gunslinger mech. Its entire shtick is, well, it's got a core cannon that every time you reload, it gains a charge, and you can unleash those charges in an attack. Basically, it's kind of nice.
It now still has the anti-material rifle, but instead of 2 tactical knives, it has 2 hand cannons.
Yes.
On top of that, shield generator, jump system, whatever these hex charges
personal
are.
Shield, grenades basically, and personalizations for some extra health.
Also something called
basically on a roll
cannon.
of a 6. The Mjolnir cannon is its core system there, which is very, very good. Basically, it's how certain things work out. But right, structure of play. Sorry, I just wanted to give you like a baseline of the.
It's
how you read those sheets.
Me, so that did not work for me.
Sorry.
It does show you that, I mean, the thing I can visibly show you, since I'll be fair, it does show you how the health doubled on that mech. Which is pretty impressive.
Because of how it depends on your frame, and certain frames are more tanky than others. Others are glass cannony, but they have their own abilities that give them some pretty crazy tricks that they can pull to sort of even the odds. But anyway, right, the first session structure of play gives you a bunch of ways that you can start
essentially
a campaign.
It's a really quick how to form a mission right on the spot, like if you don't have any idea.
Right.
Which is what they kind of try to do, and this is something I've seen people try to show whenever they talk about Lancer, is, oh, we got nothing to do, what about Lancer? Oh, we got nothing to do, what about Lancer? That might also be why I was burned off, because I ran into people that kept trying to push Lancer. I tend to dig my heel when people do that.
Heaven forbid you play something that's not D&D.
But do we have a 5e compatible Lancer game?
You are fucking aware of what type of... We've covered so many different games, you know? That doesn't really work on
I've
me.
never actually... Fun fact, I've played several games with Adam, and I've never actually played D&D with him.
Hey, Clock. No, Clock. Fucking Tech. You know who has promised me a Lancer game but never given it to me?
Was it me?
Yes.
Oh yeah, you
I know
did.
that I ran a
No,
I ran
no,
a couple
I
of
remember
sessions of
this.
Lancer for
You
two
said
people.
this like 14 months ago, and I said I wasn't interested. It was like about a
Yes.
year ago. I remember, a little over.
Yes, and
Pretty
I
sure I
ran it,
played
and
in
it sort
this.
of fell apart because of because Imsit was in the session. We had a couple other people in there. It we were running one of like the starter module things for it, and the game just sort of fell apart because of timing,
It didn't fall
as
apart because
games
of
are wont to
timing.
do.
It's because the Cthulhu monster did paracausal bullshit to destroy your game. If you played it too long, you
Truly the
would have
greatest
resulted in
excuse.
the nukes flying in real life, and we can't have that. Rocco's basilisk must be made.
I fucking hate that thing.
What? It's
It's the
paracausal.
stupidest.
It's
No,
paracausal though.
But so you'll have the mission, then you prepare, choose what gear and mechs you're bringing, reserves, what extra gear, ammunition, support, reinforcements, information, and everything else that you can have available to them and drop in during the mission. Then
Yep.
get boots on the ground, do the mission, come back hopefully alive, level up, debrief.
debrief, talk about the mission, basically to figure out kind of like what's going
It
on.
goes through step
This is
by step.
basically how you run this game step by step, right in the front, which I think is actually really good for a new GM.
It's not only good for a new GM, this is actually one of the quickest ways to get people to see if they're interested or not.
Yeah.
So far, I'm kind of bouncing on it, but that's just more because this hasn't really provided me.
This isn't your cup of tea.
Now then we've
I
got
get that.
2 ways to play the game: narrative play, mech combat.
But I
Right.
have to give them respect at least. Like they're actually trying, and that's a lot more than can be said with most books.
In narrative play,
they're
in
trying
narrative play-
quite a lot. Like this is actually they've put a lot of effort in here. I have to give them that much credit.
Not only are they trying, they're actually, not just copy pasting Powered by the Apocalypse.
True. They didn't do that, which hey, that's always a benefit.
So you make your skill check, you name your goal, determine if the triggers are active, roll a d20. On a 9 or less, you fail. On a 10 plus, you succeed.
It's basically 50-50 shot.
Which is still fairer than Powered by the Apocalypse by a fucking country mile.
But then you get pluses and minuses from the difficulty, your accuracy modifiers, and
accuracy, and just what your skills.
Calling your triggers in. Yeah. So like you're not completely screwed by it. And they mentioned it like
if a difficult roll +1 to it, a risky roll, you need a 20.
Yeah. On a risky roll, it's like you have like no shot at this. You got like a 5% chance.
I thought that was heroic.
On a risky, if you roll less than a 20,
heroic
basically like once everything's added up.
Oh, okay, yeah, because you roll dice chains too. Like, oh yeah, I got the accuracy, and then what was it? I noticed that they have
accuracy,
like +2.
your
Is that like
triggers,
just a straight flat bonus, or is that extra dice?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a flat bonus, but it can be improved by other things.
Okay. I was just double checking since we kind of sped through that, and like I said, I haven't seriously read this in like a year.
Modifier and adjustments are the lifeblood of any TTRPG, Adam.
That's true.
Like I said, I'm gonna say this: it's a much smoother system than most Powered by the Apocalypse games. So I can already tell you, even though I don't like it, I'm gonna rate it much higher than I would.
Yeah, you can then also. Sorry, go ahead.
I was about to say that's like comparing gas station hot dog to brutal assault.
I mean, I like gas station hot dogs, so this is. I consider this a win.
Yeah, like don't sleep on the humble gas station hot dog. Like if you've ever traveled across a state with like nothing to eat for hours and you've got to finally stop at a gas station, that fucking thing is a lifesaver. It's the best thing you've ever tasted at that time.
And the best part is you can have all the variations. You could have the low quality horrible chicken one that just reminds you of like childhood failing
better
businesses.
Hot dogs.
You could get the all beef frank for kosher values. If you're lucky, you might get the kielbasa dog.
There's like the ones with like the cheddar cheese inside of them and all that. There's like
the
you
best
get your
ones
toppings.
Are the ones with jalapeno peppers and cheese.
Yeah. Those are great.
Like what I'm trying to say is that while I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of the setting, I think if you just straight up said, "Hey asshole, we're gonna use the mechanics so far," I could probably see doing a game.
All right,
if you wanted to say, "I'm going to use this as my framework and we're going to homebrew the rest," it works.
You heard it here first, folks. Adam likes the system.
I like what they're going for. I like that they have tried.
It seems the same thing I think falls with combat, with group. activity.
Yep.
I remember bouncing on this a lot more, but I think it might also just be I fucking can't stand the lore.
I mean, we'll get into the lore and why you might not like it.
Then we do have downtime. If you want to do the structured or free play.
And they also give you examples of like certain characters that they do. Like here's the crime man. Here's this guy.
Here's how this works, so that
Here's
you're
how you
not
can get
completely lost, new
resources.
player.
Also, notice that they don't fuck you on the charts. They actually just you're always
they do
guaranteed
not.
to get a little something.
Right. For your downtime, you're always guaranteed to, it might not be what you
Jesus, look at
want,
that
but it's
acne.
something.
Look at that acne on this grandma.
I don't think
Kill
that's
her.
acne. I think those are actually like implant ports.
I think those are plugs.
Oh God, that's
mean,
her
it-
stoma. Why isn't she smoking through it? This art's repulsive.
Well, I think that's the point.
Is
got
the art
bullet
supposed to
earrings.
be repulsive? Because
Well,
here's
it's
the
Grandma
thing.
Mech Pilot.
Here's the thing. Like you'll see.
What are you expecting? A supermodel?
No, but everything so far, except for the machines, there's just something intrinsically repellent about a lot of the
Well,
characters.
it's very
to be
much very dirty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like there's a grit to the art style that I kind of like.
It's not grit.
We
It's
got-
just
Grime,
that
is a better
one-
term,
We
probably.
got that person on the left right there with a rape face.
Those are Senpaku. No, actually, yeah, those are Senpaku eyes, Yang related. Run, gay brown Buzz Lightyear while you still can. Oh no, she has an ace of spades. No.
Well, the ace of spades is if you're a pilot. That's like a common fucking thing that you have. It dates all the way back from like the helicopter pilots of Vietnam.
No. If you look a little on the lower there, there's a sticker that says "White Genocide Now."
Yeah,
If you look
there
close
is.
enough.
I also do like the robot bartender.
I do too. I think the robot bartender is great.
The robot bartender is amusing, but the problem is the expression on not Lightyear's face.
It's
I
like
think
I
he-
have to deal with this fucking.
I think he's
shitty
having
guy.
a stroke.
No, he's not having a stroke. So I think someone's sucking him off beneath the fucking table.
He's got the
That's
dick
an
sucking
O
robot.
face. That's an O
The
face.
gay, it's fully automated gay luxury space communism. So there's obviously a
when
dick
you
sucking
nut
robot.
and your suit keeps sucking.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ! I hate the art.
Oh no, I think you'll like the next artwork.
The next art looks fantastic. Here we get into the mech combat.
Oh, thank God. Oh,
Look
thank
at this
God they
thing.
didn't choose to be just fucking hideous for the sake of hideousness.
No, that's a certain subsection of mechs you'll probably not like. But there's a reason for why they look like that. So
I like how this guy gets cut in half and he just looks like a piñata.
You need to see what they're fighting though.
Arriba!
look at what they're fighting here. Look at those fucking things.
Oh.
By the way, that mech, the main thing that's got the little guys around it, that's only detailed in a later book, and I love it. It's a silly fucking ass mech. Osiris.
Its
will say
legs are
this.
very tiny.
I'll say this: it looks like a heavy metal album, and that's nice.
Yeah. Well, it's a guy. Again, as I said, it's the guy that drew the art for Kill 6 Billion Demons. It's pretty fucking like he knows how to draw like over the top.
So here we get combat basics. And they do highlight here, it's tactical, turn-based. You'll have attack rolls, mech skill rolls, saves.
Okay.
I do like that they bold it.
I mean, using bolding is... A lot of books don't do that, but bolding is very useful. Because it draws the eyes to it. Like, it's a very basic thing that you probably should... I also have noticed something that's kind of a bit amusing, but I think it's just because of the way the headline system works in this formatting. The other column is a bit wider than the first column, I think. The right-hand column is a bit wider than that, but I think it's just a headline thing.
I think it is.
It's stylistic. It's just something that kind of I noticed, and it's like a little fucking weird.
So then we have spacing. And our
Characters
sizes.
and objects, spaces, sizes, and measurement. This is actually one of the clever bits about Lancer that I kind of like to give you an idea of the actual scale of these machines.
Okay.
So every single mech has a size category. And there's ways to increase that through like some module add-ons we can get onto later. But in general, the largest boys are size 3. You got your size 1s and your size 1.5. Size 1.5 represents like humans, extravehicular activity suits, like not like we're talking maybe like 3 meters to 5 meters tall. Like it's not huge. 1 is your standard mech, 2 is your bigger like vehicle, like APCs, heavier mechs. Siege machines is like S3, and S4 is like the really big boys, like your Gundam
This is
scale.
when you want to fight Godzilla.
Right.
I'm pretty sure Godzilla would be
This is
size 5.
Yeah, Godzilla would be like size 5. Because it's sort of like to represent the space around it. But you can also use them for cover and other things. Which then gets us into how the combat actually works, which is the really crunchy bit of this setting, and the thing that I think it does the best.
It's also the thing that makes me think it's a minis game.
Well, no shit. It's
All
on
right.
hex grid.
Yeah, it's on the hex grid.
Mm-hmm.
So, types of actions. You get your move, and then you get to pick either a full action or 2 quick, and then you can overcharge once per turn for a quick and action and a point of heat. So this is basically like standard moves is your standard speed. You get your quick actions,
Okay.
which are stuff like
There's something I want to point out on page 61, which I really like.
Yeah.
I like that they have decided to do a full flowchart that shows you how the action economy in the game works. You have
Yes,
no
it's very
idea.
pathfinding.
You have no idea how rare this is because they just assume you fucking know this by now.
I mean,
Yeah, I gotta say that's always confusing. Like when they say it's a standard action, a free action, how many you can take.
Yep, CompCon
Like
also has this whole thing in it if you've bought the book.
I
I
had to
can help you
point
out with
that out
too.
because that is something that most books don't do anymore because they just assume you know it.
Right.
I have to give applause to that.
As I said, there's actual good design here.
That's why I'm saying, like, for all I don't like this setting, really, I'm gonna give this book at least a decent score.
But right. So free actions.
I have to be
obviously,
fair with it. I just don't like it. It's just how it is.
Free actions are obviously free. You have a few other bits to go with that, though,
they
which
do
is
say
your
here,
quick actions, your full.
They also do say here, there's no limit to how many free actions or reactions you can take.
Right.
That's a bit of a
very
fiveism
specific.
and D&Dism because a lot of actions can be done free, like talking or just sometimes you get what's it called an instant action.
Given how we saw with the previous example robots of how we can kind of bullshit our way, having that limit, having that no limit there, it's a clue.
It's a clue of how you can get you can break certain things, but it's not like break, if you know what I mean. Like there are limits to how many free actions.
It is as breakable as what a munchkin can do when you get their hands on anyone who knows how to fuck with the action economy of D&D. Only this one encourages it a bit more.
It encourages it a bit more and gives the ability for everyone to get an extra quick action.
They also say here with movement.
A lot of those.
And I like
but
this.
It's at a cost of a resource, which is overcharging.
And I like this with the movement here. They say in the splitting up in movement and action, you can move a bit, do an action, and then move again.
Yes.
That's how.
So
that's
you
how
can
it's supposed
jump
to
out
do
behind
in D&D.
cover. Yep, you can jump out behind cover, shoot, then move back in the same turn without having to spend all of your stuff.
Then you got
essentially, from what I can understand, this is the section where they're trying to display to the 5e head. Because here's the thing: D&D 5th edition players are like fucking barnacles. It is damn near impossible to get them to touch anything else.
Right.
I was going to use another word.
Why not? Go ahead. It's a free speech platform.
Naggers. They keep nagging about other systems.
I mean, that's kind of what we do.
They won't get off the plantation that is 5e. Even, oh my god, dude, because I've been doing a lot of real life games lately. Like, dude, they are such fucking cattle, man. They only want to play at like 2024 because that's the shit that's like being pushed by the game store, man. And it's like, are you this fucking inept?
You know,
I'm actually surprised.
I've seen people be like, you know, for Star Wars, like not West End games, not D20, not Fantasy Flight, a 5e version.
I fucking
Ew.
hate the 5e-ification of the industry.
I think the most cursed thing I remember seeing is there was I've talked about this before. Some demented bastard was trying to convert Call of Cthulhu into D&D 5th edition.
It doesn't make any sense.
Well, no, and here's the best part.
D&D is D&D is a combat game.
Well, here's the funniest part. I actually pointed out specifically they already did that. It was called Call of Cthulhu D20 version. And he fucking rejected it because it's not 5e.
I fucking hate these people.
Actually, wait a minute. Yeah, the D20 thing is what, 4e, isn't it?
D20 has
No,
been around
D20 was
since
3.
like the 70s,
3.
man.
No. Star Wars
Like,
D20.
when D20
Star
got
Wars
popular,
D20
it was
was
like
3, yeah,
3e.
because of OGL.
Yeah.
Let's curse the day
But
that the OGL
anyway,
was born. They should
engage.
have
So
forced remade
basically,
their own
like, combat
systems.
rules are pretty simple. You've got adjacency, obstruction, difficult terrain. Like, you got your standard stuff. You know, like, you've got everything that you would expect to see from the combat rules and how they work together. Lifting and dragging, jumping, climbing, falling,
This entire
gravity.
section is stolen whole hog from OGL. I've noticed, yeah, this is just stolen from OGL. I can tell.
I mean, to a degree, like,
No.
there's only so many
Like,
ways you can say
these two
something.
pages are very much stolen from it. Just reconverted to their system slightly.
There's only a few things that you like. Yeah, the combat's going to be similar because it's like it works. Why fix what's broken?
I'm just pointing it out, just highlighting that section.
I mean, can you base teleport?
Yes, you can. That is a spell.
Oh, yeah, that's right. What about operating underwater or in 0G? Or in space?
0G is
Those
kind
are
of one of the
mechanics.
things. They do have a difference with like movements, reactions, and voluntary.
In
flight
order,
is
they
kind
had
of one
mechanics
of those.
for swimming. Spelljammer introduced space, and there was a bunch of other stuff.
But then we have
Spelljammer just was like not really space though. It was basically just a ship sailing game, like Age of Sail, because you know.
But then we have the
Treasure
rest
Planet,
part.
you know, that movie.
Yeah. We have our attacks. We've got
Right.
melee, ranged, and tech.
Yes.
Tech is new, and also the way that the shapes of the attacks are done. They change it after cone.
Right. So you've got a couple of different things. You've got your line, which is a line, cone, which is a cone, blast, which is a template you place down that goes in X amount of spaces around that point, and then burst, which is around you and around that, and it's basically a blast template centered around yourself.
Okay.
And then if they've got a range, you can say move that cone, and they got a nice diagram here to show how this all works.
Also, hold on, from Jimmy Jones. How would you rank an attempt to make a Warhammer 30K but powered by the apocalypse? You swear you have memory of that, but you can't prove it existed. That's because you're correct. It's one of the reasons why one of the Primarchs was erased from existence. He tried to make a powered by the apocalypse version of Warhammer, and the Emperor killed him for that.
Well, yeah, because here's the thing. He made the foolish mistake of using the original Apocalypse World version, which had the sex mechanics. The Emperor killed him for that one. In fact, actually, he demanded that Lehman Russ take the blame for killing him, just because he wanted everyone to not know that he touched his hands on a degenerate gooner.
Not even Slaanesh took him.
Oh no, Slaanesh actually threw him into the deep warp in horny jail. But yeah, the reason they have blasts and bursts is because since they're dealing with hex maps, you can't really do the cube. The cube.
You can't really do the cube, but I do like how they have a whole thing about. Yeah, I do like they have the whole thing about like showing you what these templates actually look like in practice.
We don't have the cube, we have the cone.
So it also gives an example of how burst effects can be very, very powerful for larger mechs, because the larger your mech, the more squares it will affect.
Because you see that burst 1 right there? That's the same size as a 3 mech.
Yeah.
A size 3.
Yeah.
Then there's the impact of line of sight, if there's invisibility, if there's cover, if it's soft or
and
hard.
how cover works, harm and damage.
Oh, hey, they actually retweaked out, because D&D does have rules for soft and hard cover. They did tweak it a bit.
So soft cover here, which is smoke, foliage, trees, blinding light, low walls, low hills, +1 to, I think, your save.
It would
Or your
either be you
evasion
would
for any
have an
random attack.
accuracy bonus when you make a dodge roll, or they would have to shoot through a difficulty roll.
Basically, you get a
it's like
D6
concealment.
accuracy bonus or a inaccuracy where you
It's
take
like
away the
concealment.
D6.
Yeah.
The only difference is it's
Hardcovers-
better than concealment, because concealment, if you wanted to know how that worked, you rolled a D100. Yeah, you pulled out a D percentile for this son of a bitch.
And
Fuck
they're
that.
using
If you got under 20 or over 80, it depended on the rule set of the table. You just missed. Sucks to suck.
Oh, that's awful.
Hardcover is basically the same thing, but it was 50-50. So you flip
No,
the coin.
in this case, it's just a additional bonus to saves. However, you have to be the same size or smaller for hardcover.
Yes, so you can't like hide your giant mech behind a tree.
Well, no, under ruined buildings and tall walls, you can for soft cover.
No,
as
you
it
don't
just causes
understand. You don't understand. My gigantic Mega Mech Sazabi bootleg monstrosity that's like size 4, it could hide behind a shrubbery.
Well, the difference.
It could get
different-
soft
the-
cover from it though.
Yeah, the difference is soft cover. It doesn't block enemy fire. It causes visual interference. Hardcover blocks.
Yeah, you don't understand. That shrub is like the most powerful shrub in the galaxy. I'm just playing around.
Are you?
I think
Then
I
we
am
get
at
to
this
our
point.
damage types: explosive, energy, kinetic, and burn.
And all of them have different things that can say increase, decrease, modify how they work. All the mechs also have various weapons and abilities that will synchronize more with one damage hit than another too.
So,
like there's certain builds that really, really like, say, energy damage.
I'm glad Jimmy noticed that I was doing a Creed reference.
Fuck you. I don't want to think about Creed.
Come
I
on,
never
don't
saw
you want
Creed.
me to have a bunch of mechs hidden underneath a lamppost?
Oh, I thought you were talking about the band Creed. Sorry.
No,
No.
why the fuck would
Yeah,
I
I
bring,
was confused.
Why
I was
the hell
confused.
would I bring
I
up
actually
that
was confused.
post-birth abortion?
I thought it was the movie.
Oh no. We're
remember that
all
part in
thinking of
Rocky?
different Creeds.
Remember that
Exactly
part in
how
Rocky
Creed
when-
predicted. He disguised himself behind a movie and a shitty band.
Exactly.
And a
Remember
shitty
when-
Christian rock band. Yeah.
You remember
And that's how we got
Rocky,
the
fought
and that's how we got the
Creed
Titan
and
behind us.
Remember when Apollo Creed fought Rocky and the sock him?
Oh,
lock
the
him,
movie
sock him,
Creed.
sock
Yeah,
him?
okay.
Yeah.
God.
Remember, he hid behind Rocky, an Imperator class Titan.
Gotta cut me open, Mick. But I can't. The machine spit. You gotta cut me open.
Mick, I can't.
Cut me, Mick.
All right.
Gotta put me in there.
So, so damage goes. Armor is a flat subtraction. Resistance halves
Okay.
it, if I remember correctly.
And
Reduces.
immunity just means you
Yeah.
don't sell it, which is something from something people sometimes forget about D&D. Monsters have immunity. For example, some skeletons are supposed to no-sell
And then-
slashing weapons.
And then there's certain ways to. Best way to describe it is that you do have the occasional no you. This is stuff like the bonus damage and that you can get for like additional, trickery, basically.
Oh god, they have grapple mechanics. Let's take a look.
They
at
do
these.
have grapple mechanics, and they're not bad
Okay.
because you can do some really fun tricks with them. Have you ever wanted a mech riding another giant mech?
Yes.
I mean, of course.
Welcome to one of the best Lancer builds in the game.
Yeah, it says here, if a grapple involves more than 2 characters, the same rules apply.
Make a
if
melee
2
attack
size
on a
mechs
hit.
are
Okay.
Oh wait, no, it's here. The smaller character becomes immobilized, but moves around when the
And you
larger
make
party
hull
moves,
checks
mirroring
if
their
they're the same
movement.
size. Okay. This is
Basically,
a bit
this
smoother
means you
than
can play-
D&D, so that's I have to give credit there.
This means that larger mechs can basically have smaller mechs riding on them into battle.
This also
There's
leads
entire
to the
talents
most
behind that.
cursed idea possible, which is just the greasy strangler mech. Here's one of the gag gimmicks I always love to do in a build is just I call it the greasy strangler, where You're supposed to get behind a person and just fucking choke them out.
Yeah, the good old Richard Kuklinski special.
Well, in this case, you would use electro whips or whatever to just fucking destroy the mech with
There's
your
a mech
grapples.
that's based around that. It's called Enkidu. It's not in this book, but it's fucking wild.
Also, Simon, I'd say the crunch is doing that's pretty well. Pretty standard.
The book is doing well enough that even though I just intrinsically don't give a shit for this type of setting, I'm kind of rolling with it. I think it's a minis game still LARPing as a TTRPG, but there's enough material here that you can kind of see it as an RPG. Barely.
How do I know you're not LARPing as a TTRPG?
I'm actually 5 TTRPGs lumped around a mound
In
of
a
salt.
trench coat.
No, I'm lumped around a mound of salt. What, you thought that this is what? You thought I was a real salt golem? No, I'm sorry. I'm actually just a bunch of empty books.
I mean, you know
That
what they say.
explains
I'm
way
like
too
five.
much.
I'm like 5 Powered by the Apocalypse books attached to one fucking suit.
You are powered
Just
by the
Dracula
apocalypse.
float it. I was But right, so actions, they resolve all that, standard stuff. But it does give you like an idea too of like that this is where the core focus of the game is, which is in like how do you solve the problem? Like combat's a puzzle and it's your job to try to solve it.
And then you've
Because
got ram, you've got search, skirmish,
Yeah, you got a lot
full
of options.
actions to do a
Yeah,
barrage, to do a full tech. Basically, you damage their E defense.
You hacker man
yeah,
them.
basically certain mechs are going to be more vulnerable to tech attacks than others because their systems are old or whatever else, which means that if you have a guy with a really good tech score, you can really take advantage of those enemy types. However, the reverse also holds true. If your mech is a fucking old clapped out piece of shit without very good systems, if there's a enemy type that does a lot of tech attacks, your ass is grass.
I'd argue
Because
that there
they can
should
do
be
a
the
lot to you.
inverse. There should be like a U curve where there's a certain point where your mech is so old and clapped out that they can't fucking do much to you because it's so obsolete.
The Radians from Infinity.
Well, no,
Yeah.
because that is an actual thing. If you're curious, a lot of old architecture, one of the reasons why it's such a pain in the ass to hack or fuck with is you have to know the basics behind it.
Basically, nothing modern is compatible with it. Default, so you have to fucking specialize it.
So you could do the gag of like this. There's this old clanking piece of shit that's thousands of years old.
Welcome to the Hack Tuga, which is basically that. Because
Also,
the Tortuga is arguably like one of those like
I do
why
like,
is this good at hacking? But it can
I do like
be.
here that as a quick action you can just self-destruct.
Yes, you can. There's a mech based around self-destructing
just
as well.
at any time.
Yep. If you're just like fuck this shit, I'm out, you can just blow yourself up.
Then we've got the overcharge.
Is it bad? I'm just envisioning. Oh, you don't understand. I'm just now envisioning a bunch of gags where it's like, okay, we're gonna play this like Paranoia, only we just spam self-destruct.
There is a mech based around self-destructing with you inside of the mech.
I'm just envisioning. No, I'm just envisioning like an entire team that's they're just rocking the self-destruct build from Pokemon.
Again, there's a mech that does that. We will cover it. It's one of my favorites because it's so ridiculous.
I force this mech's operating system to update my hustle to. Oh no, it's operating on Wandu's 11. The AI is taking over. Gets paracausally erased to never be in the robot's a monster now.
Yeah.
Because
paracausally shoots you in the head. Paracausally gives Steve Jobs cancer, so the Ligma balls joke exists.
No. Replace cancer with Ligma. Dies sooner, so that they can make the documentary on him actually make money. Because remember, they tried to exploit his death, but he lived too long for it to work. He outlasted them.
Yeah. Well, then again, if you're playing as a pilot, you do avoid all immunity to tech actions.
Well, yeah, because you're a fucking meat.
No, you don't understand. I have found a way to hack the brainwaves. I call it electroshock therapy.
I'm sure once we get to the Eldritch shit, I'm sure there is something where it's like, yeah, you can't hack the brain with this thing.
Well, we're going. On the ground. We won't need hardware to hack you.
They do have on page 76 just a full reference of the combat, of what you
Yep.
do, your standard moves, your quick actions, your full actions, and your other actions.
That's always useful. This is one of the things
Yep.
I really like about some of the World of Darkness books, particularly Vampire 20 does a really good job here of that, where they just summarize everything.
By the way, they also have jockey attacks. So if you want to climb onto an enemy mech like it's Titanfall, you can do that.
Oh god, I'm just envisioning. Okay, hear me out. Hear me out as a stupid shitpost 2-man band. Like, yeah, it's basically a vaudeville act where one's basically Don Quixote and the other one's Sancho, and Sancho's the horse mech.
Yes, you can do that. That is a valid build.
And you have your Don Quixote and this clapped out piece of rotten shit.
Okay. Yeah. So non-human persons,
Also,
NHPs, allow you to have your mech
79's art's
operate on
pretty
its
good.
own.
Although that guy has an ape face. This is actually a chimp given flesh. I'm sorry, but that's not a human being. That's some type of ape creature that is distantly related to humanity.
Ape.
Yep.
This is actually art from Eclipse Phase that accidentally got into this book. We don't know how it got in here.
But
so they've got also structure damage, overheating, stress.
Oh yeah, when your mech is reduced to 0 and takes structure damage, you make structure damage checks. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically, the more you have to do, the worse it gets.
I actually like this here. Rolling ones actually hurts you. In this case,
yes.
5s and 6s is what you want.
Yes. Because basically the more you're fucked up. Well, the more you're fucked up.
Then, let's say you die.
Don't worry, there's cloning technology.
Rejoice! Death is not the end.
but coming back, you're not necessarily sane.
Right.
You're not also you. Maybe.
Maybe, depending on how
Sometimes.
it is. If
yeah, it's better.
You get quirks, which stuff where it's like, well, we couldn't clone you perfectly, so we had to give you a robot arm.
No, we couldn't clone you perfectly, so now you're just allergic to Soylent Green now.
Yep. You could. The appearance is different, and you've just now become Chinese.
You are now black and Chinese.
We don't know how that fucking happened.
Shit.
I think what happened was our tech agent, when we were cloning you, dropped a bunch of cherry cola into the fucking gene mixture.
The ability to basically be a furry.
We had to ensure you were still the perfect fighting machine. So in order to do that, we cut some corners, and now you have autism. Sorry.
Look, I'm sorry, but like 50% of your brain is machine now.
Here's one. Something changed you. You now have a persistent and intrusive mental contact with an entity or entities, human or otherwise.
Basically, you have schizophrenia.
Fantastic.
Oh no, considering this setting, no, that might actually be
That might also actually be real though, yeah.
You're put in a mental trigger that places you in a receptive state when hurt or active, causing you to follow a pre-programmed course of action.
You're now a sleeper agent. Congratulations.
Or you have total amnesia, meaning you must be retrained and prepared from scratch. You lose all previous triggers and assign new ones to your current level.
Hey, you can do the clone maxing thing on 16 where you have the shortened lifespan. You could totally recreate the ending of Seed Destiny where the main protagonist is getting his ass destroyed by a guy in an inferior mech who's a clone who's dying rapidly in the fight.
Yes,
yeah, our protagonist is so good. And he's in a far better machine. Gets fucking dunked on by a Raleigh Crusette clone.
Oh, you can also be loaded with a digital homunculus of somebody else.
That'd be fun.
You do realize that means somebody else will be watching you masturbate.
Yeah. Also,
exactly.
Again, more art that just I don't like on 85. It balances out because the other one's actually better. Like the one right after is much better.
Welcome to the person with a fucking digital head.
Yeah, I don't like it, really.
But yes, the compendium, and this is where we get into the really fun stuff. This is where the meat of the game arguably is. In terms of like its flavor. So you have all these talents.
Look at the weird crocodile deer.
Yes, that's those same Inuit people. Remember?
Yeah.
Well, so now we get our talents.
The art's basically a coin flip. It's either really good or it's just fucking repulsive in a bad way.
Kind of just like life in general, isn't it?
Yeah, you don't know. You don't. This book is like a box of chocolates. Sometimes you'll
But you
just
never
die
know what
from.
you're gonna get.
No, sometimes you just die from the allergies. Also, I don't like the dark ones. I had to do it.
Oh no,
I mean, you didn't
Forrest
have
Gump.
to, but you wanted to.
Well, no. When you said dark ones, I was actually thinking of Metro.
Metro? Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of fits for this.
Forrest Gump and Metro. Mom always said life is like a box of bullets. You never know if you're going to get dum-dums or real ones.
Marikansky, how did you reassemble that AK-47 so fast? Because you taught me how to.
Well, you're a goddamn genius. I fucking love that scene. It's that Forrest is like, you know, the perfect soldier because he's too dumb not to just not do it.
I mean, you can't really promote him besides private first class, but yeah.
The funniest bit about that is he fits the whole thing with McNamara's, Operation 10,000.
McNamara's morons.
Yeah.
Let's see. So we've got a whole bunch of different abilities and talents that you could use. I'd say, though, let's just get to the mechs.
Yeah, we can kind of
Let's get to the mechs, because the mechs are kind of like this. These are like how you do some really interesting build qualifications. Some synergize the more mechs better than others. And some of them have genuinely crazy bullshit that they can pull off with high levels of
There's also a section on artificial intelligence, but we're not covering that.
That'll be relevant when we get into some of the mech systems.
So page, I think 116 is where we'd start.
Look at this fucking specimen on page 109. Look at the he has a horse face. This is a horse that was flash cloned into being a man. This is a horse dreaming of being a man.
Oh, it's Mecha
Hashime.
Now I realize what this is. This is the cutout. This is the cutout wind of destruction. Shit wind. Dumpster truck smell. Stank. Yeah.
Crop duster.
Crop duster.
The wind of
incontinence.
This
is from the terrible reboot of Revengeance. This is the terrible live action.
Well, there is a mech that's basically
adoption.
Okay. There is a mech that I think it's in one of the side bits that's basically just being Raiden from Metal Gear Rising. It even has the cracked out katana and everything.
Let's get to the mechs. So the mechs we have here.
Hey, we got a potential bread tuber that's trying to be a biological specialist.
First off, though, let's get into
the duality of this art.
It can be schizophrenic at times, some of the quality. The first one, though, is General Massive Systems, which is like your standard bonuses. Because your manufacturers are important, because manufacturers are basically how you're going to specialize your mech out, and license levels for like certain tricks that you're going to want to do. Some manufacturers are better than others in certain ways. For example,
it's the license. I know, because the few people that even know about Lancer criticize the shit out of the license system. I know.
Oh yeah,
I don't.
Most of the time,
think the license system is actually good.
Hold on, one at a time. Tech, could you say that again?
I think the license system is actually kind of low-key really good.
And Adam, what were you going to say?
From what I understand, the big problem is that you're very limited until you get to license level 2.
Yeah, that's fine. Because I will argue that for a new player, having less choices gives you more options. It helps you learn the game better.
Yeah.
I think the concept. I don't know. I'd have to seriously look.
Listen. If I got you to play Warhammer, would you want to go all in on a 2,000 point army or start off with 500 points?
Just do kill team.
I'm gonna be blunt. I would just start with a kill team and probably not go much beyond that because I would not have the fucking patience to paint all that.
Now, out of the dozens of kill teams that there are, would you pick one, or would you want to say the one that's the all-rounder that gets you to understand the rules?
the orcs, because I like them. I like watching lore videos.
Well, I'm
of
not
the
exactly
orcs.
the best option for this one because I'd probably pick something really fucking dumb on purpose.
So you'll play Leagues of Voton.
Yeah, I probably would. I probably would be that brain dead.
No. I can see you'd be the Custodes player.
The
Yeah.
Custodes player, bring one model, have an entire army.
No, I'd be the type of asshole. Okay, so it's
That's
a kill
the
team.
actually wait, no, that's the Knights. Imagine trying to play kill team with Knights.
Yeah, this is Adeptus Titanicus.
No, I mean
But-
like bringing a knight to a regular kill team game.
Oh, well, actually, no. They now have new rules to play against like big monsters.
So you
So
could
yes.
hypothetically just about swing one of the smaller ones.
Send in an armor gear. But so the big four of these mechs are IPS North Star.
So the first one is General Massive Systems. This is
Well,
GMS,
As
which
NDR
is your
says, it's
standard
known as Space Walmart.
Space Walmart, because effectively they are everywhere. They make basically everything baseline, and you can always rely on their equipment. Hell, some of their designs are viable into like license level 12 because it works. It's the fucking Skyrim Todd. It just works. Assault rifle, nothing fancy, but that's reliable damage.
Yep.
You know, you
and the things
always
that
will
you
do
get,
damage.
and the things you get are auto stabilize. Like these are the bonuses you can put on your frame.
Yeah, auto stabilizers, general paint jobs, like all these
Your
things are
bait,
really useful.
Universal compatibility, which is what makes the Everest so broken, pretty much.
Right.
At least
Basically,
according to you,
anytime
I'm basing it on what you've said.
As it says here in the intro. The Everest is the most specialized chassis, but it's the backbone of the galaxy. From its shoulders, humanity steps. Sagarmatha, Chomolunga, Everest. You'll never forget it.
Chumbawamba.
Chamalunga.
Yabba dabba
Chumbawamba
doo.
tub thumping.
Ba weep, grana weep, ninny ba.
The universal greeting.
Sorry, I mean, that's basically what was thrown at me. I have no context.
That's a human language, though.
Yeah, but I don't speak it. No
Those are local terms for Everest. Do you think?
Yeah, that's why the
You think the Nepalese speak English? Like when
Yeah.
they first saw the mountain, they're like, Everest.
Ah, yes,
Mountain
Everest. Everest,
Well, no,
named
no.
after the guy that saw it one time.
No, it's just like for whatever reason, due to paracausal bullshit, as soon as they saw it, they just had a collective stroke. As good old Blighty, who imperialized the shit out of them, forced them to fucking say it by the English name first.
It's actually Clacto Floreto Ninto.
Clato Rata Nicto. In fairness, I have never heard the local term for Everest, so that's actually
Sagarmatha
fun.
or Chamalunga. There's like yeah, there's just
It's similar to how I don't ever remember the name for Angel Falls in its native tongue, nor Mount McKinley. I just don't remember it, man.
The question is, do you need to remember it? And if not, you can disregard it because we're in the imperialist future, baby. We're utilitarian as fuck. And if you don't speak Earth, then you're not allowed to live.
I'm sorry, it's just
That's why
when
there's
you
no
said the
aliens in
name.
Lancer.
When you said the name, I just heard Chumbawamba, and I just couldn't fucking take it
Chumbawamba. So you just
seriously.
heard tub
Fair,
thumping.
fair.
I got knocked down, and I'll
if you
get
ever-
up again.
Have you ever seen one of those videos
Keep
of
me
like how a foreigner hears your language? That's
That's
basically-
what I had a moment like that. I really recommend after you watch our stream, look up, because there's a really great video I remember where someone did English as it sounded by a foreigner, and it is fascinatingly off. And unironically, if you really wanted to fuck with people in like a Delta Green scenario or a Call of Cthulhu, speak that non-English at them, and then have them act like it's normal English, just to fuck with them. It's fantastic.
It is.
So let's go then to IPS North Star, your friend in an unfriendly sea.
IPSN North Star is, but yeah, the Everest is the first mech, and it's the basics. The reason why it's amazing is the power up is fantastic. Like you get to boost as a free action once a turn if you activate its core system. You get basically advantage on everything. So you get an accuracy, you get 1d6 to everything that you are doing. Again, fantastic. Mounts are good, replaceable parts are good. It's a fantastic platform. It's very versatile. IPSN North Star. I love these guys. It's space truckers that decided to make mechs.
The merger of two interstellar freight and transportation companies, Interplanetary Shipping and North Star.
They're closely associated with effectively a group of cosmopolitans who decided to basically be like, well, Don Quixote. They're going around just, like, fighting pirates and stuff. Everybody likes them because they just run around and like rescue people from awkward situations and all that.
Are those the problematic space knights I've been hearing about?
That's a different group.
Possibly, but I will say this. The name convention, I think it's a bit of a nod to, I don't know what interplanetary shipping was, but North Star is a reference to Northrop, I think.
It kind of is.
I don't know what
IPS.
UPS maybe?
Possibly. I mean, they sort of do it.
So
one of their mechs just looks like a Wicker Man.
I mean, yeah.
So we've got their first mech, the Blackbeard.
Blackbeard is fantastic. Blackbeard is IPSN's aggressive.
These are melee. It's got a harpoon.
Adam, I don't know if you've noticed, they're doing the thing with the mechs where it's like they're not doing traditional things. Like you will not find like a Gundam inspired design in this thing. They kind of took the Guillermo del Toro route where it's like let's try to make it as unique as fucking possible, which it kind of works and it kind of doesn't for me. I don't know. Maybe I'm just
the Blackbeard's the one with the weird anime coils around it to look like a fucking scarf, right?
Well, it's the grapple cable.
Those are the cables. It uses that to lock itself into position. So basically put, the Blackbeard, it is the solution to piracy. Front-facing kinetic weapon.
I like that it just belches smoke in fucking space. That feels like a shit post I'd see in a Zack Snyder.
Yeah,
movie.
It has heavy-duty turbines. It's not a very well, it's kind of got an exposed reactor, so it gets a disadvantage to like systems engineering and stuff like that. So
and
like,
at license level 1, you can get a chain axe.
It also has a fucking.
That's the first thing you buy is you get a chain axe.
No, that's the nanocarbon. That's the
nanocarbon sword, which is a reliable 3 heavy melee weapon. Really good.
Embedded nanosensors along the blade capture a full spectrum of data and transfer it to an OmniNet storage banks for after-action review.
Meanwhile, onboard software interprets the live feedback and adjusts the molecular composition of the blade edge in real time to better cut things.
I wonder who made that sword. Palantir?
Basically.
I got a stupider idea for a sword if you want to hear it.
Yeah?
Okay, hear me out. Quantum blade edge. Instead of monomolecular blade, you're dealing with quantum tech, where you basically force the Schrodinger's arrangement to perfectly cut through the gaps. To break molecular bonds.
You're kind of half there. So to understand the other bit of it, let's take a look at that Sekhmet class NHP on license level 3. So basically, okay, what does Sekhmet do?
Right,
what does it do?
Did you know that Sekhmet learns with you? Should the worst happen, your own Sekhmet will continue to engage hostile targets using an emulated neural net doppelganger to pilot your IPSN chassis until forced or voluntary shutdown.
Draft copy replaced with the current ad broad. Sekhmet class NHPs tend towards aggressive attitudes and dark humor. Pilots often call them berserker systems because they are.
While active, you get a melee critical hits, 1d6 bonus.
Yep.
1 round, you can skirmish with melee weapons as a free action.
Yep.
You lose direct control of your mech, though.
Basically, it will use all available actions and movement, or move to the closest visible character and attack them. You retain enough control to overcharge to give it bonus actions.
It's page 131.
Yeah, I'm back to it. Don't worry. Sekhmet protocol. I thought it was a mech because again,
no,
you're making
it sounds like it,
here.
but
it sounds like it. But this is the first NHP in the game that you're going to see, and
perfect for friends and family.
Yeah, very friendly.
Next, though, is as a mech, the Drake.
The Drake. I think you'll notice a naming pattern convention here for IPSN. Almost all their mechs are based off of naval figures.
Yeah, privateers mostly, or pirates.
It's got a fortress protocol, which allows you to become a fortified emplacement.
You become heavy weapons guy.
Look at
He
him.
is big. He protects other people. He has a lot of armor.
I like that their concept is just straight up, yeah, you're too stupid to pilot this piece of shit, so don't worry, we got you, fam.
Potion
It's
master.
it's the TF2 heavy. He gets a heavy frame. He can't be pushed around. He has resistance to all damage from area effect attacks, and adjacent characters can use him as heavy cover.
Does he have direct charge explosive armor like fucking Sundowner?
He does have concussion
Is
missiles.
He has
fucking
concussion
invincible?
missiles, which is close enough.
But his main thing is a big ass assault cannon.
Yeah, I
big ass
noticed it.
assault cannon, which you get right off the bat with him, along with a big shield.
There's a part of me that just loves the shitpost of you see the drum magazine on the shoulder.
Yes, there's another weapon he gets at license level 3 if you invest 3 levels into this guy. The Leviathan Heavy Assault Cannon.
That you can
The Leviathan
skirmish
Heavy
with.
Yes, the Leviathan Heavy Assault Cannon is a massive multi-barrel rotary cannon fed by an external reservoir, usually dorsally mounted on the chassis carrying it. Unmodified, the Leviathan should only be fired within the recommended burst timing specifications to prevent percussive trauma to joints and pilots.
Nah, fuck that.
They're looking to give it a paracausal ammunition supply, by the way.
A bullshitium ammunition.
Next up,
Yeah.
the Lancaster.
The Lancaster. It is a mil-spec variant of an older civilian terrestrial chassis.
It's also
want you to
based
take
on
a look at it.
It's also based on Big
It's the
Dog
Boston Dynamics Robo-Dog.
Yeah, it's Big Dog.
The Lancaster is basically a medic. It can heal up other mechs. You can attach to it, and it can carry you around.
Here's my favorite thing. So you got this space trucker with the mutton chops. Wait a minute,
Yes.
is that the no? Is that the fucking quartering? Because he has a latte. And he's holding a latte. That's
No,
a quartering.
no, because
That's
he's
a
actually
beer.
doing something worthwhile.
That's a beer he's holding. Come
Well,
on.
Well,
in
what
fair,
were the
no,
oranges
it doesn't
for?
matter because the quartering would also chug beer.
Also, I would like to take a moment to give a moment of silence for the quartering's Twitter. We'll never know what the oranges
Well,
we
his
lost
main
the best
Twitter.
thing where he's like, yikes, to someone talking about how Hitler is bad.
Don't worry, he has another Twitter that he's using to actually look at news for his streams now.
News or nudes?
Yes.
So let's say you get a plasma torch, you can get a sealant. It's your repair stuff.
Oh,
Then
the trucker
guy.
gave his mecha name. Oh, look, no, look, in the cage, in the cope cage it has. He
Yes.
has a little tiki girl.
Yes, he does.
Ah.
As I said, it's a great little mech. You can also ride around on it. It's big. It's fun.
The next mech is the Nelson.
The Nelson.
Purest embodiment of close quarters combat doctrine. As you can, once per round, after you boost, the Nelson's next melee damage does 1d6 bonus damage on hit.
It has a fucking pile driver arm.
Yes, it does.
And that's cool.
And it's got. And look at the pilot. Look at the pilot there. He's like, yeah, I know I'm cool.
Now,
Feels
it
like
also
it's from
has
a completely different setting, though.
Basically, it uses a near light spooling drive to put a passive 0.0001% charge of light speed to be dumped into the boost systems on command.
Yeah, it is different because it's known across the galaxy as the favorite frame of the Albatross, the nomadic order of cosmopolitan peacekeepers.
I just realized this.
Those are the guys I was talking about that would go around and fight.
And this is from a different faction basically because they got an endorsement contract with NPSN in perpetuity.
IPSN, yeah. Basically because IPSN loves them because they fight pirates, which they also hate. Because they're space truckers.
So you get a war pike, you can add a thermal charge onto it.
So like thermal charge, armor lock,
power knuckles.
Power knuckles, and then the ramjet. The ramjet is fantastic.
Because you just endless momentum.
Well, no, because your melee attacks gain knockback too. On top, because after you boost, on top of that, 1d6 extra damage.
And ramming, grapple. Basically, you can grab somebody with a Nelson, drag them out of their pile of the enemy, and just wail on them. It's kind of fantastic.
I think I'm starting to understand why people shill this, and it's because they throw out like half the book just for this fucking section.
This section is fantastic. The mech designs are all, they have a lot of character.
Then we have the
you need to
route.
understand. I'm the kind of mecha fan that will spend so much that has more money than sense when it comes to these kind of things. And when I see shit like this, I'm like, oh wow, look at that.
No. You're gonna like the rally because A, it has the hammerhead design.
It is the cowboy
but B,
with the hammer.
Look at the fucking it has a secondary revolver.
It has a hand cannon. That's its license level 1. You get the hand cannon, that mech
Adam,
size
it's so
revolver.
funny you said that. I said the exact same thing when Tech Priest wrote this to me a while back.
It's the one we saw earlier. It's got the Mjolnir.
Yep. Which is
part cowboy, part
which
samurai.
It does what 5 impact, 4 kinetic, 3
range
explosive.
5, 4 kinetic damage, and then threat range 3.
Here's the
and
thing.
It's a CQB.
I would totally say just insert this thing into. You could insert this shit into BattleTech and it'd probably work. Not with the degree, not with all the shit it has, but like the style, yeah, you definitely could.
But that's the thing. The Mjolnir can hold up to 6 rounds, and when you fire it, all chambers fire simultaneously, dealing 4 per loaded round. So potentially, you can deal up to 24 damage.
Oh hey, they have a Dark Tower reference.
It's AP and shredded.
I want to say this: the hand cannon is a belt-fed system.
Also, why is it on the left pauldron? Why is the flag of Cuba on it?
That's not the flag of Cuba.
That's just like a badge.
It's a badge. I think it might be Puerto Rico too.
Because I don't know what flag's in an acorn shape.
All I do know is that for this license 2 level, you get the roll-in chamber, which is a nod to the gunslinger.
Yes, it is, and it also has a bonus to that loading attack one. So this means that it synergizes with that hand cannon and your Mjolnir.
Also, and at license 2, it just gets a bolt pistol. Basically, a fucking bolt pistol.
Yep.
You also get the kinetic hammer at level 3 and the Uncle class CompCon. Uncle is wonderful. It's not a full NHP, so it can't cascade, but it allows you to ignore. It allows you to attack with basically roll a minus 2d6 to your attack value, but you can fire as a free action. Now, you can attach this to something like, say, that kinetic hammer. So you can at least always do 4 damage to someone with a free action that's within melee range.
Yeah, see how busted this can get?
Yeah, really fun.
Then we have the Tortuga, which looks
I love the Tortuga.
It looks like an advancement of the Drake, I think.
The Tortuga is, effectively speaking, it has the Watchdog Copilot AI. It is effectively like this system that does basically hyper reflex. Overwatch. Anybody adjacent to you, get fucked. Anybody that you want to protect,
become immobilized.
Protect well. Yes.
With a deck sweeper automatic shotgun.
It has a gigantic SPAS 12. I also, as a design element, the choice of Chinese lettering, but also just straight up using straps to hold the fucking reactors in place in the shoulder.
That's extra. No, those are extra drum mags for the shotgun.
Oh, I thought those were like because that feels like something that they would do. It's like, oh, we could be just strap the fucking reactors down.
Just
to let
fucking
it stay cool.
through it, and it's got a second shotgun on its back. Look at that.
I mean, you need a second shotgun. Sometimes you need 2 guns.
Out of curiosity,
you get a pile bunker. You get the daisy cutter, which is basically like it's a massive. It's a fucking flechette gun that you get 2 cone shots with it.
As the player, from taking the frame and just stripping the parts for one of my other mechs.
License.
That's the point of the license system.
Combination of licensing system and just straight up modularity.
Yeah, like if you want to, you can just say, well, I'm going to take a couple levels of this, and this, and then just use it on an Everest, and it's totally fine. It's actually kind of encouraged.
The licensing angle, the best way to describe it is, I think the way it works is it's similar to like age verification, where you need a certain permit.
Yeah. Basically, it's just that it's a permit for you're cool. You can print this whenever you want.
Then we have
this part of the book is actually pretty darn good, so I'll give this part.
Yeah.
I'll give this.
Then we have the Vlad.
The Vlad.
Another of the Albatross pilots. It comes with Shrike armor.
The Shrike armor is because it will impale you.
Okay, I'm
with
getting tired
tungsten
of the
torment
crossed
is
arm
fine.
posed by the pilot. I don't like that, but the mech is interesting.
You
Look
don't
at this
understand.
thing.
He's a knight.
Well, I mean, the thing is, it kind of gives me Evangelion vibes just because of the eye that I see in the helmet. Like, I feel like if you took the helmet off, there'd be like teeth and meat underneath.
That's probably a paint job for it though. You get a nail gun, you get the impact lance, and a combat drill, which is a super heavy melee weapon.
As well as the ability to fire a charged stake at someone.
Yep. So basically, you can impale somebody,
They
and
had
they're
one idea with
immobilized.
this one.
This entire thing is, I will impale you, and then I will fuck your face with my
The
drill.
pegging mech.
The pegging mech.
This robot was built for no, this robot was built
This
for fucking.
robot was built to fuck your mouth.
Because think about it, it has 4 arms, 2 big ones to hold you down, and the other 2 to guide your rear.
I will make more holes in you than even God made.
This is Fuckbot 5000.
And I will fuck all of them. It's really good.
Then
if
we
you
have
don't have holes, he'll make holes.
Then we
the
have
Smith Shimano
Shimano.
Corporation, who are
You will
weebs.
need one.
They are weebs that are making the most
No. It's
elegant
Wayland Yutani.
custom
Fucking
build.
There's a fucking.
I mean, they kind of are.
That's the name. It's the name of the company, but the art style is very much. If you've ever seen Keith Thompson, he has done robots in this style before. That's what they're going for.
Also, might be connected to Elon Musk because you get Neuralink targeting.
Yes, you get Neuralink targeting the Ghost Weave, which is like a bunch of stuff, bioplating, Neuralinks, all this. It's advanced, bespoke technology and elegance in and of itself and luxury.
Well,
Yeah,
also just
very
straight
much
up,
that-
it's Evangelion logic where you feel what the mech feels, which can fuck you up.
Yeah. If you look at the first one, the Black Witch, it's got resistance. It's got a mag field.
It's a defensive mech, and
I also I'm getting a lot of oh, what's that game?
Atomfall.
No. The Mech Gooner game. Not the Mech.
You're gonna have to narrow it down.
Yeah.
Hold on, I've got it on my Steam.
Well, while that's happening, let's talk more while Imperial Citizen starts masturbating.
Oh, this is the company that has the foot fetish. Okay.
Yes, that's them. Take a look at their next mech, which is the Death
Warframe. That's what I was.
Yeah, Warframe ripoffs.
You get a couple of interesting ones with this. There's the Death's Head. By the way, all of Smith Shimano's mechs are named after moths and butterflies.
Okay.
Where's the Monarch?
So my next question is, why did he give again more foot fetish? Because these are high heels. Why is it blushing? Why is the giant destruction machine blushing?
Oh my god, it is.
I don't like this company.
It's got wait, no. But it has precognitive targeting. It's the next step in human and AI interaction. Using a neural bridge, it allows pilots to learn constantly and unconsciously from data gathered in the field.
If you're curious, that's a combination of new type and the learning computer from the Gundam.
Yep. This is your sniper mech. Death's Head.
You get a DMR you can attach to it.
You get a DMR. You get a
railgun.
Railgun, which is amazing.
We got Assaultron and Monsoon at home.
No, then we have the Duskwing.
Then there's the edge. There's this little fucker, Duskwing.
It's size
one part
half.
Monsoon, 1 part Assaultron, 1 part Uma. Because look at the
it has 0 armor. However, during your turn, due to the Harlequin cloak, it's invisible. You're just fucking invisible.
Invisible. It can also hover. It doesn't have to touch the ground. It is a hull of mirrors, which is basically you just leave a hologram where you are, and then you could teleport around between them. And like this thing is a real fucking little bastard.
I don't think we killed it. I think it wants us to believe we killed it, and I cannot imagine what it has done while we think ourselves safe.
I'm not a fan of this company's design ethos at all.
That sounds like a you problem.
A Veil Rifle. The weapon does not attack ally characters caught in its area of effect. Instead, it shoves them in a field that gives them soft cover.
By the way, the comments on this are absolutely fucking nightmare inducing.
We made first contact maybe after an hour breaching the vault. I remember nothing of it. I'm told most of my squad was killed outright. All I remember is light, brilliant, and a lightness in my own being.
Okay.
I do believe that I died in that moment, and yet I'm here, and I can't square away these two realities. Something's gone wrong. Something has gone wrong. Something has gone.
And yeah, there's the neurospike, which is also pretty awful. The flicker field projector. I saw myself over and over and over and over and over and over. Many things happen the moment I think I died, which is the stun crown one. Like, yeah, this thing's nightmare fuel. Then there's Metal Mark. I like Metal Mark. You are Predator.
As NDR says, this is the Xeno fetish one.
Definitely, yeah.
Invisible while moving, but reappears when stationary.
Yep, carapace adaptation. So if it's in soft cover, extra d6 away from an attacker trying to hit it.
This is the Xenomorph mech because that the entire point of these things are they're very hard to see.
Yep,
The only thing
Predator.
it's missing is an acid
Rail
launcher.
rifles, shock knives, active camo, and then we hear
flash charges.
the mighty Monarch.
Which also
the
has
Monarch
toes.
is amazing. The Monarch's entire thing is
Feel
high
the
penetration missile system.
Feel the deadly sting of the Monarch.
Unironically, that's because this thing will launch so many fucking missiles at you.
That may be the point.
That's what it does.
I'm staring at this thing's design, and there's something about it having toes that fucks with my head.
Listen, Hidetaka Miyazaki was one of the designers.
Listen, then we get the Morning Cloak, which is the 3 edgy 5 U-boy. Look at its pose.
Oh, that's Evangelion as fuck.
Yeah.
Well, if you're curious, the Monarch is legitimately just a portmanteau of Unit 2. That's Unit 2,
yeah, they use a lot of Evangelion cues for SSC's design. You get a Fade cloak that allows you to teleport behind you and kill people with license level 3 on the.
Why is the mech twerking?
Also, I didn't say.
Why is the Morning Cloak twerking?
I also do like saying, yeah, they kind of remind me of
Why is it posing
Eldar
for
Titans.
an OnlyFans catalog?
What do you think the feet are for?
But not least is the most practical looking Smith Shimano mech, the Swallowtail.
Oh, look at the guy there. He's even got a little T.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of T.
Oh,
he's got a sniper rifle set up.
No, here's the problem with this one. This is actually literally a two Keith Thompson arts fused together. This is the Apollonian Drop Trooper combined with another one of his machines. And the reason I know that is because the version I remember seeing has a dead astronaut fucking attached to the mech, and its arms and legs were dangling like that. This is heavily.
It has a marker light.
Thompson.
It has a thing where it can hide with drones. It's a stealthy boy. That's its purpose.
Mm-hmm. Then the next we have is Horus. Congratulations, pilot! You've been chosen. Access is yours.
As long as you can keep
it.
Okay.
1 at a time,
Horus,
boys.
To give you an idea, no one fucking knows about Horus. Sometimes these printers just start printing these mechs from their licenses. Maybe it's an NHP thing. It's definitely paracausal, and it's given to just random ass fucking people.
Yeah. They date back to the first committee period, conducted groups, individual state actors claiming to be agents of Horus, describing itself as an individual, a terrorist group, philosophy church, or a political party, an activist group, and many other forms of association.
Okay.
And who fucking knows? Like, that's the thing about Horus. Who knows?
You do get core bonuses to your electronic warfare.
Yes, it's very focused around electronic warfare and breaking other things about the game. You may, for example, the lesson in shaping. You may install an additional AI in your mech.
Yeah. A little gift to be pondered until understood. Cast aside the hammer and the sword, the cannon and beam. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. I have seen all ends, and there is nothing left but me. A trillion light years in all directions. And through it all, only us? Who knows? Ego is the mind killer. Best to call your friends. Better to face night together. Till later, love.
Okay.
The first one is the Baylor, which is just fucking nanomachines
Son.
in the form of a mech.
No, this is traced from black skull. There's the character from Hellboy that is the Black Candle. This is a character from
not
Hellboy.
fire though. That's nanomachines.
It doesn't matter. The design principle is the same.
Yeah, it just deals 2 damage to characters of its choice that start their turn grappled or adjacent to it.
Okay.
Yep.
It regains
Regenerate
1/4 of its
damage.
total HP, unless it has taken stress or structure damage.
And it regains full HP without repairs because it's a fucking gray goo.
Mm-hmm.
In Hive Frenzy, everything goes into fucking
What,
craziness.
this is not interesting you?
Not really.
It's got a nanobot whip.
Uh-huh.
It's fucking nanomachines. It's got a
Guys,
bunch
don't
of
forget,
just-
this is the same guy that says he doesn't like Evangelion. And what does Horus
Okay.
take a lot of inspiration from?
Okay,
Does it?
Not really.
not really. The legacy, of course, is the Goblin.
It's trying too hard to be Eldritch, and it's just.
You're
I'm
right.
backing off of
You're
it.
right.
Well, it's weirdo. But like,
It's
for example,
trying
the
too
Goblin,
hard.
the hacker mech, which it hacks. So
Also, it's
so
based
so
on
I
a
li-
species of ant.
I like this though here. So your mech for the symbiosis. The host must be an allied or willing mech not already hosted by another goblin. Your host may use your system's E-defense and tech attack instead of their own. And your E-defense is 12, your tech attack is +2, and your system's SP is 8.
system points, which is baseline for like adding these points. So basically, by going into your symbiosis, effectively speaking, you can only do this once per thing until you recharge it, but it is very good because you can go on to say like a Blackbeard.
And actually,
basically,
what I do like about the art though, is that you can see that it's a mech, but it hasn't fully formed around the pilot.
well, it's because it's basically an exosuit. It's a size half mech. So you can see where the pilot's hands are in there, linked to the actual hands of the mech. And the head is really just an antenna system. And it can just grab onto things really easily and get onto that. So it has autopods, which are like, you wanted to move? No, fuck you. Lock on. Hit them automatically. Take 3 damage. Go get fucked.
Also, I think Ossel has given us what the actual Horus is. The gangster communist machine god.
Yeah, the one on the far
You're
side
not
of the
wrong.
moon operating the
Spoiler.
Frankensteins.
The eyesight radio playback television system. The HOR_OS System 2 upgrade.
Yes. Then there's the Osiris NHP, which is hurl into the duat.
Result of the Union Paracausalus and Thanatologists.
Allowing the subsentient entity instinct to proceed along its development schedule. In lay terms, it let it grow. The result, Perceptivity V, Osiris, is one of the few prime NHPs. We don't fucking know what this thing is.
Okay.
And they just hand this out to random people. Horus is terrifying.
Eh.
Then we have the Gorgon.
The Gorgon is basically, it creates a mimetic basilisk.
Perfect.
Basically, yep. It freezes you. It's a defender that its entire thing is like, you can't hurt my friends if I fucking kill you.
This thing's like based on the fucking Demogorgon, I think.
No shit. What's its name? Oh, I can see with the.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, that's its.
I'm so disappointed right now.
That
Man.
does
It's
its-
hilarious.
I am not fucking with Horus at all. This is not interesting to me in the slightest.
Well, don't remember,
Okay,
Horus is
then
rising.
we'll move through. There's drones.
No, you guys
the
care. You guys care. Give him a good job. I've just fucking tuned
Okay.
out on this one.
Let's see.
Hydra is basically, I want to run the drone controller. I want to turn this battlefield into a square inch of Ukraine right now. Like, this is what you were doing. It is a puppet mastering all of your drones around and using them as suicide weapons. And also hacking people occasionally. It's really good. Then there's my personal favorite Horus mech. Because this thing is so stupid. I love it.
It's the Manticore.
It's the Manticore. The Manticore is let me sum up
I've seen this thing before somewhere else.
the slag carapace. Unstable systems. Castigate the enemies of the Godhead. When you rest or perform a full repair, you can push the Manticore into a full unstable castigation state. In this state, the Manticore explodes immediately when destroyed due to damage or reactor meltdown, vaporizing it and instantly killing you and all of their passengers. Characters within Burst 2 must succeed at an agility change or take 8d6 explosive damage. Or take half damage if they succeed. This only takes place if you are physically present in the Manticore. And Ra said unto thee, I'll let my name envelop you. Seek no shelter from the flame or the teeth of the beast. Cloak yourself in the fire of my word and cast back to your enemies that which would blacken your form. Destruction of the temple of the enemies of Ra.
I mean, kind of a bit of a gimmick.
Oh, it is a gimmick mech. It does damage to itself with most of its systems, so it will explode better.
Yeah, like Beckoner. You take damage, swap places with your target, teleporting to different positions.
Now, here is my...
And then summon other characters next to you. Which means that if you invade somebody with your tech attack, you can swap places with them, or just pull them closer to you, then explode. All of its weapons are based around this. There's Smite. Same thing, basically. EMP pulses, lightning generators. It's absolutely nuts. It is, I damage myself to hurt you.
Then we have the mighty Minotaur.
The Minotaur is
it's a controller mech.
Yes. Its entire thing is playing around with how movement works.
You also create a localized maze. Hostile characters cannot pass through a space occupied by a Minotaur for any reason.
Yes. They must stop moving when engaged with it, regardless of how large they are. You may mount or dismount it as a free action, by the way. And, inside the Minotaur, you cannot be harmed. Because you're not there, really. You're in a weird extra-dimensional space. Mesmer charges, the viral logic suite. Yeah.
The law of blades.
Yeah.
Slave system. You immediately take an action that you choose on a hostile character. Boost, stabilize, improvise attack, grapple, or ram. So imagine your opponent's got those knuckles, those power knuckles.
You can make them attack someone else, yes. It is a fantastic controller mech because it can just do so much different stuff.
From Angel Arroyo, this thing reminds me of being that cult summon in Space Station 13.
I mean, yes, that's what Horus basically is.
Okay.
Then we have Pegasus.
Pegasus, I love this thing. Traits. Upside down question mark. Percentage. Colon. Question mark. Extrude. Gun. By the way, I know everything. Basically, instead of rolling damage, you just deal the average dice damage on your dice.
Well, you could choose to.
You can choose to. Then the funny bit about this is then the Ubshapti Omnigun. Funny thing, see right now, this weapon technically doesn't exist. You're shooting them with a gun that isn't real, and yet it is. Don't worry about that. Raw's just like that. Just here, we know because it exists at some point, we've made it. That's causality, and causality is a funny thing. See, right now, this weapon here technically doesn't even exist.
Oh!
Adam is just pissed.
No, I'm just I'm completely out of it. I'm basically just
I love it. You knew you'd be out of it at the beginning, and now you know why you were out of it at the beginning.
Adam, this is Mecha May. Show some enthusiasm, for God's sakes.
And then there's the mimic gun, which is not a gun. It just mimics them.
Actually, no, the auto gun. So at License 3, you just get an auto gun. This weapon can't make normal attacks.
It's a free attack.
Yeah, it's a free action at the end of your turn.
Yep. So basically, I do something, and then I fucking fire it again. Then there's the Sisyphus class NHP, which is great. Basically, you gain the AI attack, you get the bend probability. Roll 2d10 with results, X and Y. Those numbers are lost at the end of your next turn, but you gain probabilistic cannibalism. Basically, any character within sensors, twice around, you would roll a d20, you choose X or Y, and the number immediately becomes that result instead. Any character. So
you don't understand how powerful that could be.
Yes.
It's the same thing. Like I play Sisters of Battle. They've got those
The faith
miracle
die.
dice.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I always love popping a 6 on a damage.
Exactly.
Oh, that feels good.
Now, these were back to a manufacturer you'll actually like, Adam. Harrison Armory, superior by design.
I'll be the judge.
The
of that.
Armory is
Battle
no
tech.
nonsense military mechs, just flat out.
Yeah, I'm already liking the design more. I think I also don't like that they're trying to be edgy with something they know they can't mechanically understand because they're playing around with time causality things, and that is one of the hardest fucking things to do when it comes to time travel. But they're doing it anyway. They know they are limited. They're trying to limit what they do with it, but they're fucking doing it anyway. It's like watching someone intentionally drink fucking antifreeze, knowing it'll hurt them, but because they have the misguided belief that it'll taste sweet.
I have the
Goblin with a
I
fat
don't
ass.
fuck with Horus at all.
Don't worry, it has already fucked with you.
Nah.
Remember, Horus is rising.
Okay.
Nah, much like
he
that
will let
one
the
stupid
galaxy
thought
burn.
experiment. You just tell the AI to go kill itself and laugh at it until it goes
Hey
away.
Adam, it's me, Satan. I got you, hardy har har.
Is it really
yes,
getting me when I just
Harrison
tune out? Like, if you're wondering, well, you were gushing about whatever the fuck that bullshit Go machine was. I was just randomly eating something in the background.
Bullshit. Random bullshit go.
Well, let's go to the first Harrison mech, the Barbarossa.
You got the charge rail. You've got this thing is awesome.
Look
So
at it.
the Barbarossa has
it has a flathead assembly
ca-
so you can stand on it.
Oh, and
Yeah.
look, he's smoking a pipe.
now.
The mech is carrying an ammo box.
Yes, it is.
That's my favorite.
This is a size 3 mech, though.
That's actually
a
my
size
favorite thing. It's just carrying
So
a fucking
basically,
ammo box
built
for no
into this
reason.
thing, if you take a look here, it has the apocalypse rail. It is this long spool ship-to-ship weapon with a kinetic payload. It's a railgun. It's a giant
it's worse
railgun
than that.
attached to this
It's
thing.
a railgun that basically, because of the density of its shell, actually alters gravity to compress things that it hits.
Remember that bad BattleTech mechs that we reviewed?
Yes.
And there was that one industrial mech that had the, what was it, a hag?
Yeah,
attached to it?
It's this, but good.
Yeah, it had a Gauss rifle attached to it. Yeah, like a heavy Gauss rifle. That's this thing. You gain an apocalypse die, and at the start of each turn, you lower the value of it till 1. If you move, become stunned or jammed, it resets to 4, then counts down again. If the value is between 1 and 3, you can attack in your turn with the apocalypse rail as a full action, but can't move or take any other actions. It is a ranged weapon with a blast 2 area and a profile determined by the current value of the die.
Blast 2, fuck.
So, yeah. So that's a pretty decently sized
you can dome a couple mechs
radius
with it
there
if you aim it right.
Yeah. So basically radius 2. The objects within the affected area automatically take 20 AP damage from the hit. On top of that, they take 2d6 explosive damage. And the more and more you sit down, by 1, it's 100 AP damage. Characters become shredded and stunned until the next area. The ground is vaporized and counted as dense, difficult terrain, and if you move through it, you take 4 burn. It cannot be fired at targets within range 5, and after an attack, it resets to 4. But this also means that in-game, you can use this to shoot at stuff like spaceships, heavy bunkers, and just destroy them. Because you can basically put under the GM that that's what this is designed to do. Direct fire.
Oh, by the way, at level 2, you could just make loading a quick action.
Yeah, so you
One
can just
character
make it
adjacent
worse.
to you.
You can make like loading, say, an anti-material rifle just a free action. Fuck you.
You can
Also,
equip a howitzer on
your
you.
big fuck-off gun can now become a flak launcher, so you could just make the sky... Yeah, you're not getting through this. Man.
Yeah. An external ammo feed, which means that once per round, you take some heat, you automatically reload a loading weapon.
Yeah. Then next is the Chinggis.
The Genghis. Yeah, this thing is... I love this thing. So to give you an idea, this was the original mech design, the original Genghis Mark I, the World Killer, because it was used in the Hercynia crisis. A first contact war with alien life. Let me just say that it got called the World Killer because of the TBK idea. A total biome kill.
Okay.
So the design then led to the TBK sustain suite. So the Genghis has two things. If it has immunity to burn damage, and whenever it takes structure damage, it clears all of its heat. It also gets to basically let out a nasty fart cloud of its heat cap. If it hits its heat cap, you clear all of it in Vent 3 by spending a core system.
I also want you to understand, looking at that, it has a flamethrower handheld gun and a flamethrower mounted gun.
Flamethrower mounted to it, yeah.
That's the thing I noticed. It feels like they put a mech on top of another mech.
This thing is ridiculous.
The Krakatoa thermobaric flamethrower.
Yep.
So, to give you the
thing that can ignite atmospheres if you have enough of them.
Between the thick arboreal environment of Hercynia and its swarm tactics of the Agrigorians and ineffectual performance of slug ammunition, the need for wide effect weapons was apparent, so the GMS quickly developed the Krakatoa, a thermobaric flamethrower, and distributed it to affiliates like Garrison Armories. Quickly adopted by unions.
Yeah, by the way, I do want to say, so we kind of have an understanding of what these aliens are. Remember what an egregore is?
Yeah.
Metaphysical or collective entity formed from the shared thoughts and emotions of a group, which can influence its behavior.
They're hive mind.
Yeah.
I also love the Havoc Mine, which is just a big, massive
napalm
version of a claymore.
By the way,
for use. Urban, post-urban, and high-density terrestrial environments. High O2 concentration prefer. For use against organic targets. Hardened targets vulnerable to caustic corrosive degradation. Most foliage. Notes. Dispersion is true, directional, and involves aerosol component. Avoid danger by supplying end users with respiratory equipment.
Oh yeah, this shit's carcinogenic too. I love this.
By the way,
machine.
This thing, that's the Havoc Mine. So it's basically a claymore of fire.
Claymore, yeah.
Yeah.
That gives you cancer if you inhale the
the Agni.
The Agni. Developed during the Hercynian crisis by using a combination of combat performance data recorded by extant subsentient artificial intelligences
sociopath.
And a model neural network of an Agrigorian overmind captured and vivisected.
Oh, that's even
basically put, it is this overmind that is being constantly tortured until they created a mental pattern out of it that created an NHP designed to, because they were going to simulate it through the pattern of its hive on fire all the time.
Remember, these are our main characters. Civilization. Is there any wonder people may not want to join the Union?
Oh, by the way, the best part is that the Agni eventually just kind of has a psychotic break.
Attempted self-emancipation.
Because it realizes, wait a minute, I'm not even human. What was I before? Oh God, what's happened to me? And then you're supposed to cycle it.
Self-terminate.
No, you're supposed to cycle it, basically reset its mind.
Would you say that the Lancer universe is grim bright?
It's just grim.
No, I'd put it at the same thing as the Zeely sequence.
Like there's some pretty grim stuff
this
in
is
there.
This is shit that the interim coalition of governments would make.
I'll be blunt. This is a lot more horrifying than the weird eldritch bullshit they tried to do with time travel. I'm sorry, but if you struggle to understand it and you're going to make that a core aspect of a company, nobody.
It's not really a company. It's more of a terrorist organization. But anyway.
Then we have the Iskander.
I love this thing. It is bombs. I just throw bombs. It's the dynamite guy from fucking Fist of the North Star. If it works.
Oh, that's
a mix of kinetic and causal energy systems.
It's the unholy love child of the guy from Fist of the North Star and Isaac Clarke.
By the way, it never sets off or triggers mines unless it chooses to do so.
Right.
Hey, remember what the Havoc was?
Yeah. You can combine that, actually. It's encouraged. Put a Havoc charge thing on this.
Yeah, here's the thing. The Horus crap terrorist thing. No. That's That's Baby Brain. Big Brain is War Crime Machine tag team duo
Ba-
in the style of a fucking PMC.
Basically, you're more comfortable with, or you're less you're less okay with esoteric eldritch horror and more with the everyday horror of the military-industrial complex.
Combination
I
of
prefer
that.
man-made horrors within my comprehension. Thank you very much.
Well, no. I've repeatedly said that it's because they're trying to use causality and time travel, and that is probably the worst fucking thing you can do for your horror. It
By
doesn't,
the way,
because you can't describe it, so you're just gonna have to go. It's indescribable, which
Oh
fucking
no,
sucks.
you absolutely can do that. Just play Impossible Landscapes.
You can keep shilling it, but there's a reason it's a pain in the ass to run.
Oh no, it's not a pain in the ass to run.
it's not. It's actually
What's
relatively
Impossible
easy to run.
Landscapes?
Anyway,
Yes,
but
but as NDR said, like I said, Lockheed Martin found the aliens.
Yeah, Lockheed Martin found the aliens, and their first instinctive response was, "We need to fucking genocide them."
Yep.
By the way, this caused the collapse of the Second Union because like people realized what was going on. They're like, "Wait, what the fuck are you doing?"
And this company's still around.
Yep, Harrison Armories is still around.
Oh, it's even better because not only does it specialize in explosives. Okay, here's the other thing, right? Gravity as a weaponized force.
Gravity manipulation technology is a big thing with Harrison Armories.
Oh, grab guns.
Well, here's
So
the
they
other,
have a
here's the
gravity
other
gun.
thing you don't understand. So, yeah, you know that stupid time bullshit horror? What if gravity gun yeets your ass into stasis or in the future, or you get spaghettified?
Well, it can do that. We get into that. That's the Tesseract.
Excellent.
Choose a
You trap them
Napoleon's
into
up
the
next.
liberal cube.
You put them in a liberal crime squad containment cage.
hold sand above the water. Feel it. Permanent and cohesive. Place that same sand in the water. Watch it drift away, weightless. This is the tool I have made for you. A way to imbue the weighted with mass as feathers.
Basically, float them in the air. They can do nothing.
And then they
or
sink.
you can make, or you can make everything like turned into 0G in an area. It's kind of neat. Then there's the Napoleon. The Napoleon is actually really, really good. People sleep on this.
It's reported at 0.800 return rate in high KIA operations.
So 4 out of 5 times you will actually come back alive.
It is popular among the breach divisions of the Armory's Legions, Think Tank Security, and Union Economic Bureau development teams.
Because look at this thing.
They're the tax.
Look at this thing, Adam.
No, that's economic. No, that's not that. Economic development means we're going into places and improving their economic stability.
They're the gentrification planet, guys.
I would go more with the Third World War Crimes Division.
You're going with that. I'm going with, okay, so this planet's a backwater, so we're killing everyone fucking on it so that we can replace them with wealthier people for our improved tax.
No, more accurately, what they're going here is because of like how this works out. They're there because there's been a fucking workers' riot, and they're trying to suppress it.
This is also a good choice.
Yeah, this is what right-wingers thought USAID was.
But also, it's because take a look at some of these designs.
I don't know. I
just
think these are more creative than the weird timey-wimey bullshit shit.
Right, because
although the goblin is, I will say this: the exception was the goblin was fine.
Goblin D's nuts.
Well, no, because think about it. Like you have this ultra hacking AI thing, and it possesses people. Sort of that works. That's like the only one I didn't hate, really.
But okay, so the reason why the Development Bureau actually likes this is take a look at what it does. A lot of stasis technology and protection and defense. So if you're trying to defend, say, like a critical piece of infrastructure from, say, I don't know, a bunch of weirdos trying to blow it up because they want to castigate the enemies of the Godhead, I can see why the Economic Bureau development team really likes this.
Oh, yeah, I know what this is. This is the Dead Space stuff.
Oh,
yeah,
you're right.
It's what you do. It's like the stasis fields and all that. You can do interdictions. You can put up barriers, phase-ready mods, which is really cool. So,
as it was,
I have to look at the Discord. NDR wants me to look at the Discord. So.
Oh yeah, there's.
Allow me to witness what's in the Discord. You'll get my live reaction to this. Speaking of which, we do have a Discord. It's in the description. It's also where you can
no.
get a. In the description, you will also find, for those curious,
Oh,
where you can get
God.
the book. So let's take a look
Thanks.
at this.
Thanks.
And but if I don't look at it.
Okay. That's one of the choices of all
Go
time.
ahead.
I will describe
It's
this
doing
visually.
fucking Broly. It's the Broly pose, but it's the goblin.
Broly twerk pose with the goblin. In reality,
Goblin
what you
with a
should have
fat
done,
ass.
because this is one thing you could have done, and that's probably the ass of the dead body piloting it. But what you
Oh,
should
yeah,
have
you're
done
right.
instead is you should have had a disgusting and creepy close-up of all of the weird, hyper-realistic feet that the Wayland-Yutani bootlegs have. Because that is much more disturbingly fetish.
Pretty sure you can find that on Rule 34.
I'm gonna rate that.
Yeah.
I'm going to rate that a D plus in terms of weird factor.
All right. So to give you an idea, though, the phase ready mod is actually cool. So this is choose a weapon. As long as you know the rough location of your target, it can attack through solid walls and obstructions. Doesn't require line of sight and ignores all cover, but they count as invisible because you don't actually know exactly where they are.
Okay.
Basically, it's called the Devil's Bullets because each round it contains a nanoprocessor network with its weapon of origin that calculates and translates the specific nature of that round's superpositional relation with that of a projected future. So it fires, but simply, phase-ready rounds when fired exist in two places at once, exiting the barrel and wherever they're going to impact.
Notice that they struggled to come up with the concept of Schrodinger's cat. That's another thing. No, this is Schrodinger's cat.
It's not Schrodinger.
This is like basically like quantum tunneling to allow it to hit where you need
No,
it to.
it's not. It's not that. What it is it's a paracausal thing. The round is fired and it hits the target. However, the getting there stage is replaced, basically. It's the same thing with the displacer.
I mean, at this point, you might as well just use the Mage Sphere of Correspondence to just replace their heart with a bullet at that point.
I mean, that's sort of how paracausal weaponry works. You replace someone's heart with a grenade.
Okay. I think it's the weakest aspect of the setting, personally, but fair enough.
Up next is Saladin, Big Sal. This is a defender mech, first and foremost.
Oh boy,
and
he's
look at this boy. He's chonky.
I also noticed he has a little bit of the Nemesis trash bag look.
Yeah, he kind of does, doesn't he?
Stars.
His whole thing is stuff like tachyon, shielding. He gets a defensive stuff. He's not exactly an attacker. He only has one mount. But he is immune to shredded. He can shield someone
He also
once
seems
per
to be
round.
partially immune to timey-wimey bullshit.
Yep.
At least
he
partially.
Gets his blink field intervention. He has a weapon that never gets a negative, which is the Shatterhead Colony Missile.
Developed
hard light
costly. It's a fucking nuclear missile from you. Let's turn this colony into a shoal zone and drop it on the fucking planet.
Nah, the interest war. The Shatterhead Colony missiles are now a standard part. Basically, they reach an optimal distance. They break open in basically a thermobaric area, choking in an area with flame, which overloads energy shielding and saturates cover.
It also just sucks out the oxygen, so you let the colonists die.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to Harrison Armories, the war crimes division of Union.
I unironically much prefer this one over. I think this is not my favorite, but
which
it's
also
fun.
gives you. But here's the
trucker one's also
mod,
very
which you
fun.
can get.
This one's fun.
This explains paracausal a little bit better here. So, paracausal weapons are precise because they go A to Z, right? They consistently produce the same Z output per A input. However, that's the thing, right? Paracausal weaponry occur during civil engagements. Systems local forces receive sealed magazines with directions to be loaded and fired as normal. The expectations of the magazines count was the damage to payloads. Basically, they always hit 100% positive impact rate because you're basically breaking how it works, right? Like, you do an action, the result happens, but the link isn't necessarily logical to you.
No. This feels just like we don't know what to do, so here's some bullshitium.
No, have you seen Tenet?
No.
Watch
Nope.
Tenet.
Christopher Nolan is a hack. How about that?
Very well, but
I wouldn't go that
it will
far.
explain the paracausal stuff way better.
But then there's the second most common chassis in service, which is the Sherman. After Everest, this is the most common.
You know, I'm surprised they didn't make the Sherman the flame unit.
Nope, that's Genghis, because Genghis is going to burn the world to the ground.
Ah.
But
so
no,
it comes
so
with
this
a
whole thing,
it comes with a ZF4 solid core dual
It has a
source
goddamn
energy
trench
beam
coat.
weapon.
What?
yes, it does. Somebody just gave it a trench coat because it looked cool.
So
See, he's even got the superhero pose.
The solid core, it starts with 1 charge, and you can get up to a maximum of 4. Each gain an additional 4 to their range and 1d6 to their damage.
Right. So, and
you
every
can-
time you stabilize, which is how you get rid of heat,
you gain 3 charges.
Oh,
Right.
it's
Whenever
putting
you
its
stabilize-
system into the red line.
yes, this guy wants to try to redline itself to a degree so that it can then stabilize, clear its heat, get soft cover, and also can do some fun stuff with danger zone bonuses with certain tech.
It loves
with certain,
laser
talents.
weapons.
That is interesting.
It has a lot of laser weapons. So it can also, here's the next thing about it, the Asura class NHP. The Asura protocol is where I say like why Everest can break the game. Is you take 3 levels of this guy. Now, as a quick action, once per scene, you send a charge, take 2 additional quick actions, which you overcharge, or an additional full action. You cannot duplicate actions, though, in this system. So it can get kind of wonky, but you can do a lot.
Okay, hear me out.
You can ram, grapple,
idea.
shoot.
I have a disgusting idea. You know how the Genghis is immune to fire?
Yes.
Okay, hear me out. You use 1 action to kick open one of the blast mines. You then use that, charge in, because that's another free act. And then finally you sever
And you
fucking
detonate
head
it on
with
yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. That's
well, the thing is,
logical,
then
yeah.
let's say you have the Manticore mech with you. You detonate it. And it explodes, and you just kill literally everything around you.
I mean, because of bullshitium, I can explode in 3 different spots at the same time via teleportation if I do it right.
And I've always
you'd have to have.
I can kill myself
like
3 times in that mech.
You actually can do that because all right, there's a mech that's expanded. Remember that guy that was on the cover, the one weird dude that's the Lich.
Okay.
The Lich's whole gimmick is it uses paracausal technology to travel around in time and resurrect itself. It's a very interesting license from Horus, which is kind of why I like Horus, is that it plays with the mechanics a lot. So
well, no, it's pretty clear
what
they're
you can
supposed
do,
to be like boss machines or something. At least it felt like that when you were going through them.
No, they're player machines. They're just really, really wonky, and they play around with like a lot of the systems that other groups don't, like really weird mechanical stuff. So the idea with this is that once you get like a certain license, it's like I think they're NHP, where basically you can go detonate your mech and then rewind your timeline back to before you blew yourself up, so that you're back alive again, so you can do it again. It's a really stupid build, but it can work. Basically, you're a suicide bomber that then travels back in time to suicide bomb again.
Nicholas Liu, don't reference Fate. I don't like Fate either. I don't give a shit for the Nasuverse. I'm sorry.
It triggers him, unfortunately.
Just imagine
Arturian
this.
Legends. I do not fuck with Arturian Legends.
Just listen. You can do as many 9/11s as you're able to.
Yes.
I am as capable of blowing myself up as I am limited, which is like a multiple of a factor of 3. I don't know.
But yes, the next mech is the Tokugawa.
Yep, and unlike Filoni, an interesting use of Japanese words.
The Tokugawa is one of my favorite Harrison mechs.
It has 4 beam swords. Oh god.
Yes, you have to
and they overclock.
The Tokugawa's entire thing is like, all right, you know the heat I am going to ride that
you know how the
heat line
Sherman, you know how the
into the
Sherman red
sun.
lights? No. I'm always about to explode.
That's my secret, Captain. I'm always about to explode. My reactor is always in meltdown.
I also love
That's
the
the
choice.
thing about this thing.
No, I also like the choice of the Buddhist prayer beads attached to the fucking arm.
Oh.
Yes. Yes. Forgive me, Master. I must go out this one time, all out. Because that's what its core power is. Look at that thing.
No.
Superheated reactor
I have
feed.
the most cursed idea ever. You get this thing, you red light. Oh, I fucked up and died. Okay, time to use that lich thing to come back.
You could do that, but this is where the Lucifer class NHP comes from. By the way, so it turns as much overheat as you have on yourself into extra damage.
Wait, this thing actually has two different NHPs because this one's the Amaterasu one, actually.
Now this one is Lucifer class
Amaterasu class
NHP.
NHP.
No, it's Amaterasu.
You're thinking of a different one, apparently.
No, it's right here under here, the Lucifer protocol.
Let me double check. I might be missing something.
Asura is the earlier one for the Sherman.
No.
The Tokugawa is the one.
Amaterasu.
I'm reading the Tokugawa, man. It's not there.
Go to page 253.
It's not there, man.
Did they rename it from Lucifer?
Amaterasu Protocol. It came to the think tank's attention.
Yep, they renamed it from. Okay, that's it. They renamed it from Lucifer. That's
okay.
That's
no. It was all
okay.
No. I think you got it wrong. It was always named the Amaterasu.
Yeah,
Amaterasu. What are you talking?
Paracausal bullet killed.
It's paracausal bullshit.
Now you're getting it.
I kind of preferred Lucifer
Mandela
though. It's
effect
just like,
is
oh,
the
hey.
Mandela effect is just paracausal bullshit. The Berenstein Bears universe. Oh wow, I'm fucking really hammered.
Now I'll admit that this is an older version of the book that I probably have on my hands right now, but like, goddamn.
But yeah,
you expend a charge to give bonus damage based on your current heat. Which, by the way, this thing gives you 1d3 plus 3 heat.
And its entire point is you come as close as possible to melting down,
melting yourself down
to death, or exploding. So this thing does a fuckload of damage when it hits.
And then it has things that gives it extra melee range with energy weapons and stuff like that because you're just overpowering and overcharging everything.
Oh, also asking, is Horus an AI born from the remnants of a Star Trooper-esque alien hive mind? No, the entire point is it's supposed to remain unknown.
No, Horus is simply the arm of Ra, which is a unknowable god entity machine thing that teleported a moon. We don't discuss that, please. The Demos incident is it's called.
Here's the GM's
toolkit.
Don't
you just love the deep lore?
I think we can skip the DM's toolkit.
So
we can probably
we're
skip
at the
that.
end. That was all the robots.
I mean, honestly, I think we have a good understanding. The rest of this, I think, is just.
I'll look at one last thing just so that we can get an idea. They give you NPCs. I'm just trying to see if there's any more sections that would be interesting to cover. Templates.
I mean, the next few section is setting up a game. I mean, it really is just like, hey, how do you set up a campaign in this robot universe?
Oh, there is a couple things. There's on content, discomfort, and Lancer.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
There's a reason I wanted to at least do one last check.
What page we got?
This is in page 337. In this book, there are some fraught, difficult, or otherwise uncomfortable themes and content to discuss. Well, I mean, yeah, you have a war crimes department. I can understand that. Lancer takes place in a setting recovering from millennia of cruel, anthro-chauvinist rule, of fascist, imperial, Earth-first ideology that had little time, space, or care to acknowledge beings or perspective that ran counter to their didactic tyranny.
I don't see the problem.
We want to acknowledge that many phenomena and acts touched on in Lancer: slavery, exploitation, racism, directed hate, genocide, the stealing of indigenous. Oh, fuck off!
Hey, listen.
I mean,
if we saw aliens today, and if we had to go into an intergalactic war with them, by God, I would no longer be anti-Semitic. I would no longer be racist. I would be hateful against the alien.
The stealing of indigenous land is such. I am the benefit of that shit, and I want to pretend I'm a better person. Or
I'm just imagining.
I'm
imagining those egregores now. They're just stereotypically Indians, like hey ya,
They're
hey
not.
ya, hey ya.
They're not.
I'm imagining.
Did Lancer even say,
you just see one of those egregores just on the street as someone's littering, just crying.
Like, don't get me wrong, one of their mechs is literally a genocide maker that wiped out an indigenous species. I get it.
To sum up anthro-chauvinism, because basically it is that the human viewpoint is the only viewpoint and that everything else needs to burn. That's anthro-chauvinism.
Well,
I don't see the problem.
It's like, what fucking aliens? Like, I mean, didn't we just say we don't know what the fuck the aliens are?
Yeah, that's. Well, I feel like
it's hinted the second Union gassed any they ran into.
Yeah, we know of one species that SecCom ran into, which is the Egregorians on Hercynia. And when people found out that, oh wait, no, aliens are real and we're genociding them, like, okay, hold on, what the fuck is happening? And the shockwaves of that whole crisis reverberated and basically caused like mass scale like revolts and revolutions because people were like, what the fuck are we doing?
We think it's important also to acknowledge that both writers are writing from the perspective of straight, cis, able-bodied men. When writing Lancer, we wanted to create a setting where humanity is, in the narrative present, at once in a state of utopia and working to affect it. We imagine that the Union isn't burdened by the same cultural definitions of gender that oppress and malign so many people who live under the umbrella of capital. You would be fucking executed while screaming in the other systems, buddy. Don't. Fuck you.
So
you would be killed screaming as enemies of the people.
Wait. At risk of enacting further violence by depicting worlds and cultures where there are aggressive or discriminatory stances on gender baked in, we have decided not to codify in the rules how players may express themselves.
That's probably the wisest thing, but you could have easily Oh, they used the bondage rules! They used bondage clown rules! Yes! The X card's in! Bondage clowns!
Wait, no. They twist. Please do know that the absence of canonical definition is absolutely not meant to be read as exclusionary, but is meant instead to avoid flattening all possible stories into one canon of what it is meant to be gender, transgender, non-binary.
Translation.
Wait
a
minute.
Want to touch this.
Well, no. Translation. We don't want to talk about gender, but we do realize that because we're not talking about gender, we're actually doing harm to the concept of gender and queer. And but we're not actually doing that. Please don't hunt us down, people.
Please give us money, 5% of the population. We know you're dumb motherfuckers who will give all of your fucking welfare money to us.
What if I want to play a trans, human-centric imperialist that wants to kill all these regressive, trans-hating aliens that won't allow me to be
we
my
hope
true
that
self?
you create narratives and characters that stand against terrible abuses and prejudices. Lancer features no easy aliens to pass these suggestions upon, only under other human beings. Humanity alone are the architects of terrible cruelties. We could also be the architects of better, more just futures and presents.
Explain Horus then, you cowards. You fucking shitheads.
Horus, let me put it like this. No one fucking knows with Horus. Are they good? Are they evil? Are they just fucking crazy? Who knows?
Hold on. Here's my response.
Also, they're believers of liberation theology.
No. Just of radical anti-fascism and anti-hate. I guess this means kill the Jews as well.
Correct.
Hold on. This is my response to the building a better tomorrow. I'm gonna skull fucking alien.
Sometimes around the table with friends is the only place where liberation. We're fighting back. We're fighting back, and not being arrested by the state can happen.
You clowns.
Death to Israel.
You
3
clowns.
side.
I hope ICE shoots you.
Oh.
Well,
actually, no. These are the sorts of white people that will antagonize the very badly trained ICE officers into getting shot.
No. Actually, no. I would say this. No, I don't mean ICE shoots you like pretty or good. I'm saying ICE just randomly shoots you. You're just a random person. You are not, because these people are the fucking people that piss on and want Will Stansel to die for being an activist.
Yup.
This podcast officially stands Will Stansel, the Lion of Minneapolis.
Hail the Stansel.
The only one that I know that actually
the liberal
has the balls
Stansel
to
right.
do something.
All hail.
He actually at least tried to fuck with ICE agents. Most of these fuckers
He actively fucked with them effectively. He did. Like, that's the crazy thing.
You know what the best part is too about that? He did, and then his own people betrayed him.
Because he did better than they did in like a fucking
'Cause
week.
he did actual activism instead of sitting around and bitching about how we're not firebombing a Walmart enough.
And I'm gonna be honest.
No, here's the thing. He did fuck up and ruin a honeypot with some women, but the thing is, that shit's like illegal anyway, I think.
No, it's not. And that
Fair
was
enough.
after they'd already withdrawn. They revealed that. So,
so they lied. They fucked up and they blamed him. Okay, good to know.
So this is a bit of a problem, though. We're supposed to be playing as the Union,
which is supposedly
Not
a utopia, even though, well, here's the thing.
which is a utopia, and inherited the culture and the technology, the industries
of the second Union that
led to the
aliens.
first second Union.
Which is the okay.
This is like if the German Republic was like, you know what, we're bringing back the swastika.
You say that,
I mean,
but
no, it's more like
you say that, but here's the thing: both Germanys actually tried to claim in their own way. West Germany was kind of forced to pretend to be, but East Germany straight up said we are rebuilding from the elements of fascism, and they reclaimed the Stahlhelm. Literally, the East Germans reclaimed the German.
They created a new version of it that was developed during the war, which is why they have the weird bucket helmets.
Which is why, actually, here's a fun fact: if you look at a lot of World War II reenactments, a lot of them are from imported.
A lot of it's
East
Aussie.
Germans.
Yes, because here's the thing: the West Germans basically tried to completely divorce their military from the previous traditions as best they could.
Because of the clean Wehrmacht
Germans,
bullshit like that.
The East Germans, on the other hand, were like, all right. It was their military was founded by basically members of the Wehrmacht who were communist sympathizers. So a lot of the traditions were maintained inside of like the East Prussian, like the.
Well, I mean, the national anthem
East
Germany was reforging Germany from the wreckages of the failures of capitalism and fascism. Like,
right. So basically,
if you listen to that anthem
they were
and
reclaiming.
German,
Yeah,
it's fire.
It is fire. Like the Aussies have drip, man. Like they kept like the snazzy gray uniforms. They got rid of the Nazi apparel and replaced it with the fun hammer and sickle stuff.
But I think
it's fun.
I
like it.
They're talking about trying to be liberation and everything, but I haven't looked into the lore of it. But you're talking about the fact that we'll have access to mechs that are literal war crimes on legs.
Yeah,
and we're going to play. This is basically Star Trek. If you know,
no.
Kirk
This is Starship Troopers.
Everyone can make a gun.
This is Starship Troopers who's hallucinating that it's Star Trek. Because here's the thing: they still have the Pinkerton stuff. They still send these to quell riot. Are you kidding me? You can't have this utopia bullshit.
The Development Bureau. Okay, so I'm going to actually talk about that because this is one of the most interesting parts of the Lancer setting. Is that dichotomy that this utopia exists in the core and doesn't outside of it.
Well, it exists in
and
the
there's
core.
A lot
wait. Hey, you know what that is? You know what that's called?
Neocolonialism.
Yes.
Yes, and that's actually a big theme about the Union, is that are we actually doing the right thing?
No, you're not.
Then why the fuck didn't they have this in that section?
They might. We skipped it. Remember?
No. On the discomfort thing. No, they do. They do.
That's my problem. They're trying to justify that, like, oh, we created an because they couldn't tolerate the concept that they're like. You're saying that, but like, it's one of those weak-willed. We can't write bodies. We can't write bodies.
It's like if they had a paragraph saying the setting exists in a dichotomy where you are a neo-colonialist state that is trying
to create utopia, but it's built on the backs of the struggling. That's
right.
all you had to add, and that would have fixed it.
It's a very interesting thing about Union, where Union is both at the same time incredibly idealistic and very much trying to uphold these utopian pillars, right?
Kind of.
But they're struggling to do so because of not only human nature, but factions inside of them that they have to work with because there's no other option.
Also, just genuinely economy. Like, do you really expect, like,
if
you want civilian goods to be... This is the problem we're experiencing nowadays. The reason we export and make children mine our fucking blood diamonds and rubber is because that shit is cheap and it allows you to buy that stuff that you really complain about.
Welcome to the uneasy union between the Karakan trade baronies and Union. The Karakans are arguably the original human spacefaring culture. They're the closest to, like, pre-Union, arguably, because they are descended from one of the colony ships that left, like one of the first 10. But the Kerrigan trade baronies are a feudalistic exploitative state. They are not exactly the greatest place to live, but they're useful for Union because they trade with Union. However, they're also in conflict with several of Union's super corporations, namely IPSN to a degree
That's
with their
another
shipping.
thing. Like, you're gonna have your luxury gay space communism, but you have these hyper zaibatsus, which again leans into the. This is something Eclipse Phase actually fucking nailed on the head. The inner system, which was the most developed part of humanity, was fucked because of megacorps. Like, if you wanted your utopias, you had to hide in the asteroid belts, and you had to ignore Jupiter.
To a degree, but the thing is that IPSN
but that's
is
the thing.
100%
Those
behind
anarchists
Union.
that wrote that, despite being preachy idiots that really didn't understand what they were doing sometimes, they fucking played with it when they were forced to.
Right.
You know what I realized this
IPSN
is, though?
completely.
Do you know what I realized this is, though? Civilization coming out of the ashes of an apocalyptic scenario, trying to reunite the disparate elements of humanity under one banner and one identity. The Great Crusade for Warhammer 40,000. Yeah.
Yes.
That would have been pretty great.
And there's parts of Union that believe that it is worth doing whatever it takes to bring together the diaspora again.
And that's great. It's just really that one page just gave a bad taste because this is smart, but that one page makes it sound like they're idiots.
Okay, you know what? I'm
that's
convinced.
The thing. Union has some very definite rules. Like, they don't want slavery, and one of the big things that they do is they go out and they do liberation campaigns, which are effectively, we're going to bust your shit down and forcibly economically develop you out of this shit. And if you do not resist, or we will shoot you.
I'm
for good
convinced.
or better human rights.
Okay, I'm convinced. We should gas all the aliens. I think humanity should build the
parts
galaxy.
of them there's parts of them that also, some of them are probably you know what, Scum had kind of a point about
hell, the God Emperor Trump. We will take over the universe.
Also, straight up, them using the X card was a massive L. That's what session
when
zeros
we talk
are
about
for.
when we talk about how.
I do seem to recall when we had this conversation once, Tech Priest, you said if you want to be problematic, there's a group of fucktards that are basically cosplaying Space Marines, basically blowing shit up.
Yeah, it's like Pluto, I think.
Tell me about.
Well, that's sort of what Harrison Armory is doing. Harrison Armory is a hyper-militaristic corporate state bent on expansion into the Kerrigan trade baronies, and are more than willing to start another acquisition war with them. That's actually one of the big plots in setting, kind of, is that there is this undeclared Cold War between the baronies and parts of Union. While the main part of Union does not want a major conflict with the baronies, Harrison Armory sees these border worlds with the baronies and says, you know what, if we take them, we get those resources, we expand them, and we expand Union, right? It's good for us to go to war for that reason. And other parts of Union are like, no, that's really stupid, please don't do that. There's internal tensions between also the mega corporations because they all step on each other's toes. IPSN has a monopoly nearly on the space shipping, but they cooperate with Union because they see Union as a stabilizing force, right?
Yeah.
This doesn't mean that they always agree with what Union's priorities are, because some of their priorities aren't matching, the economic realities on the ground.
Yeah. So, NDR, you're saying this needed another draft? It just needed that one page removed. Because
they needed that one page removed or edited.
Because I can read. I assume most people playing this game can read.
And
we can understand the themes and the messaging that they're coming across with this. Eclipse Phase
and the thing is, that's the thing. I understand. Here's the thing. I was with them until they decided to be preachy. What they should have done, in when they did the lore, they would talk about, you could tell from Chinggis that there's some bad.
Have a sidebar. Hell, put a sidebar here talking about these concepts and why this might be problematic to your group.
Or just have
you don't have to do a disclaimer page. You can put it in the lore occasionally.
The tone we're going for is the search for utopia, but you're not in them.
Right.
You're in the area where you see the best and worst of humanity, the struggle and strife. You're seeing the ugliness of the system.
A good campaign might very much be your Union peacekeepers in a war zone, right? You are trying to actively stop a genocide, but to do so, you're having to take violent and debatable acts about like the morality of what you're actually doing, right?
Oh, so like
Should you be
so like Deep
interfering?
Space
Should you
Nine.
be trying to stop this?
Well-
Should you be trying to even like make judgment calls on this? Because you are in a situation where, arguably speaking, you're a destabilizing force that could be making it worse.
What I have noticed with people like these, and when I mean you people, I mean you homosexuals, they hate ambiguity. They absolutely fucking hate it where when you see their message and you come to a different conclusion or have a different interpretation, that just fucks them up so bad. It's like an ego death to them.
Well, it's
Where it's
because
like, how
Right.
they
dare
spent
And that's-
years
you don't
struggling to figure out what their
and that's-
identity was, and they
Right.
hate that
And
ambiguity.
And that's the thing about that disclaimer page is it's trying to prevent people from going like, well, this is a
This is
whatever the
pretty.
fuck
That's pretty yikerino. You have like a fire thing that killed a bunch of bugs.
problematic. Yeah, no. Like
Who the
that's
fuck
them covering
cares?
their ass.
All they needed.
Who the fuck
Here's all they
cares?
needed
It's a
to do.
game.
You could have just. What I would have done is a couple of sidebars where things get really fucky. Like when you go to the Chinggis or like the Peacekeeper one, just highlight not everything, or just like have it be shorter. Or it just needed a new draft. I wanted to
right.
cover this because I remember this being really preachy, and I wanted to show this to you guys.
here it is.
But I do
I'm sorry to say,
love
who cares? Okay, somebody's dumb. It's like, yes, I actually believe the Sith ideology is great. Then you
you
know
see,
not to talk to this people because they're a lunatic.
Hey, did you know that's
And
part
you
of the
know what?
reason George Lucas had Anakin kill those kids? It's because he actually really hated people who sympathized and liked Darth Vader that much.
But what you don't seem to understand is that free Palestine, from the river to the sea, Palestine will free.
Okay, who gives a shit?
Me.
but yeah, they have a whole
And
section
that's the
about
thing. You
violence
mentioned
and
the
Lancer,
Caracas
and I
traders.
think it's really
No,
good.
here's the thing. You mentioned the corporate war and like the Caracas traders. I think that's like a million times more interesting than some timey-wimey bullshit with the Godhead.
Oh yeah, no, like there's an entire thing about like they have a to contrast with that page that I was talking about earlier about like the that whole disclaimer bullshit. Go to page 365. And they actually talked directly
do.
about what we were talking about before.
Yep, can
Oh,
do. Let's go to
God.
365. I just wanted to really show that because, like, here's the thing. The book is mostly fine. That's just, like, a big fucking blemish on it and definitely
It
will
really
scare people
kills
off.
the mood.
Right.
A note on conflict.
A note on
The Good War.
Oh, no.
The Third Committee straddles the line between violent imperial past and violent unwritten future. While its capital worlds are secure, the edges of core space are frayed and stained with blood. They have had 500 years to rectify the crimes of the previous committee, and it has made incredible progress. But to the Sanjak and the Baronies, the Madrasan and Dawnline Shore, or any other peoples, they ring with cannon fire. Verdcom's utopian promise is all the more distant for having been realized. I don't think it's been realized. That's the problem. I think they're writing at it from the like they think they wrote Utopia, but I don't think they did.
Well, that's the thing. In the core, it is. The utopian promises are being upheld. They're doing what they promised to do. The problem is that it's not universal, and that's where the stuff go, like the crises and all these other like pillars and all this. The remnants of SecCom, corporate states, hostile paracausal entities, threats from beyond, like the Aurochs and the Arakan trade baronies. It's a different state of war. Rather,
Yeah, I like this is better. I didn't need to have a paragraph talking about how in this, post-scarcity cyberpunk future, everyone's got a penis and neo-pronouns.
You see,
Doesn't fucking matter.
You see, it's a reflection of our world. You see, we live in America. America's good and all, but in a godhole like Africa, they use the weapons of war to fight one another. It's just like Africa. If you think about it, we all are black deep down inside. If you think about it,
You know what's another thing?
I like I was gonna say, I like the game. I dig the rule set. I dig the background. It's just that preaching. It's like it's a little bit of a sting.
That one fucking preachy page does spoil the mood a lot.
It sours the mood, and here's the thing:
because the rest of this stuff is much more nuanced.
Yes.
I take back that the authors need to be shot by paramilitaries in the U.S. government.
Oh, I didn't
I'll
want
take
them
that back.
far. I think they
Alright.
just needed to get I don't know. I think they just needed to be trapped in the forge with Ron Edwards for a while to listen to his goon session ideas.
This is like the same. This is like a vegan coming up to you saying, "Did you know a cow got murdered for that?" It's like, oh.
I mean, it was already dead
Okay.
anyway.
But right, so they actually there's
Yeah,
a lot of thought put into the setting.
if they just
that's
had
the
this
thing.
good war, if they just had this good war section where it highlights here's some of the ugly aspects that they're trying to take care of, or they have to deal with. Like, yeah, you can get your 500 worlds, this utopia, but the 2,000 worlds you're breaking on your back, you're just gonna have to cope with the fact that the majority of people are just gonna eat shit and die.
There's a that's what they're talking about. That there is going to be conflict, and that's where you guys are.
And that's fine.
And that's
I do
why
like
I
the
think that the
Peacekeeper.
setting
Here's
works.
another thing that I think they could have done more with, but the problem is they were very much focused on the mechanics. Because the narrative play, because of these VNP, the AI aspect, think about it from the point of view, your peacekeepers, but imagine some of the AIs of these machines that tend to be either frenzy prone and they're being forced to operate out of parameter.
Yeah, you're not going to be using them in peacekeeping operations.
Oh no, you could try to play with that, you're trying to get this ornery AI to see a different path or something.
Well, that's actually one of the factions that they talk about is the Onyx, who have a relationship.
Remember the one
with
that was the
NHPs.
dissected hive mind? Imagine that one actually being able to try to build rather than burn it all down.
Right. They even go into more detail on all of the corporations.
Which I think we covered really well. We did
covered
over
pretty
3 hours.
you got a
Yeah,
lot.
we're
You
over
did a
3
lot
hours.
of. Yeah, we're on 3 hours. I genuinely think that Lancer is a good game. I think
And
that
it
this
is. It is. It's just.
Look, all
No,
I'm
no,
just
it is.
saying
It is. I guess we just have a stick up our bug about the preachy stuff.
So
look,
I think
all I'm just saying
that's
is
honestly us at the
one
end of the day.
page. It's
It is.
one page.
It really.
It is
You know
one
what?
page.
You're right. It really is. We
I
just have a stick
wanted
up.
to show that one page because here's the thing. That one page sours the mood, but mechanistically, and once you take it out, I don't like this game in a lot of ways, mainly because I think it's still at its core a skirmish game for the most part. There's enough in here that you can turn it into a full tabletop game, but it rides that borderline. It's more on the side of gaming than it is on the side of the equivalent of this would be Mordheim is kind of more in the mini skirmish, but there's elements. It's in that kind of gray spot between the two.
Very much. Oh yeah, very much.
And that
it's
that
like
kinda,
the RPG. It's like if there was an RPG version of Mordheim.
And I kind of don't fuck with it, but I also can kind of tolerate it. Mechanistically, it's fine. I'm gonna rate this, despite my dislike of some of the aspects of it. I'm rating this a solid good. This is coming from, I don't like it, but I have to rate it good. There's a lot of thought put into the system and the setting.
So at the end of the day, we did get Adam to like this game.
No, you got me to admit that it's a good game. I just don't like the setting that much. Mainly because I don't fuck with Horus at all. And that's a major aspect of the plot.
I do. Here's one of the things that I do think that it's kind of good at the end, where they do make a point here, right? Beyond Union, there is 250 billion stars in the Milky Way, right?
Yeah.
The entirety of Union space is a fraction.
It's like a decent chunk of the Orion arm, and that's it. It's not even the whole Orion arm. It's part of it.
Right. So what's beyond it?
Here's the thing. It's bigger.
Go do that.
It is bigger than the inner sphere, but not by that much.
Yeah. No, it's not that large of a space. And they make the point that if you don't like any of this, just do your own thing. Humanity spread so far because of the Farlight stuff. There's the 9 colony ships that we don't know about,
and there's also the really fun idea because you have what are called I think it's not Kardashev. It's what's the level of civilizations where it's based on the energy usage?
That's Kardashev scale.
That is Kardashev.
Imagine, okay, hear me out. The Godhead's entire scheme is being interfered with a higher Kardashev civilization. Because there's a really fun, creepy concept of, voids where you see no amount of stars?
Right.
What if those are high-tiered Kardashev civilizations expanding?
That have just Dyson sphered everything?
Yeah, that are expanding as we speak.
Now, the thing
the grabby aliens.
Imagine, because here's the thing. There's a relatively nearby local void, you could do an entire thing where it's like you're scouting near the void, the local void. I think it's called Eridanos. And then you just run into something that makes Horus look like fucking nothing.
Right. Like, there's a lot of options. They even have rules for modifications for like the templates that they have for NPCs for you want to do giant bug aliens? Here's how you do that.
Peacekeeper operation where the big conspiracy is it's actually Harrison military is intentionally arming the terror cells to intentionally make it
To
bad
intentionally
enough
create
to
a situation
step in,
that
save the day, and murder about 5 trillion people in like 5 different planetary systems.
unironically, that is one of the things they talk about with Harrison.
Like the good old days during the Second Coalition or the Second
You
Union.
gotta talk the
Union.
Chinggis AI to prevent atmosphere ignition. It is contemplating just burning the planet down because they gaslit it into thinking that it's the hive mind war again.
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot
again,
good. There's a lot.
There's
good
a lot
to
of
it.
good stuff in the setting for this game. Like there really is.
Yeah, and
It's just that
and
goddamn
when they eventually get the miniatures game for this, we should probably play it.
Oh, there is one last thing. Closing Straw says the one thing that I think is fitting. Oh god, it's BattleTech, but if Star League actually got their shit together.
I mean, kinda. Like,
oh,
you're not wrong.
Oh no.
So I want to make a few observations.
I got a big twist. The aliens they run into.
Oh, it's my turn. I get the talking stick, Adam.
Okay.
Good. All right. I just wanted to say, so one of the things that I found apparent with while reading this was I'm not seeing options to make your own custom frame is what I'm noticing. Was that in another supplement?
Not really.
Or...
From what I
That's
understand,
the only downside.
From what I understand, you pick one of the frame types that we listed, and then there's the expansion books that add more, and then you just kind of slot in what you want.
Right. Like here's what you're doing. Like let's say that you choose your frame that you like, and you build your license levels around that. So there's not a lot for your own custom stuff, but there's so many options that it's not the worst system.
It's not bad. I personally think Mechton is better at this.
Mechton's much more customizable, by far. But
this is easier to play, but I think Mechton is more fun if you just like to design
This is like
mechs.
the opposite in everything else, where like this is a much more well-oiled and balanced machine compared to Mechaton. It's a lot. It's more preachier, but more rules tight, and but with less customability.
As tight rules,
it's still
it's pretty customizable.
It's still pretty customizable. Yeah, like there's still like plenty of options for what you want to do with your character and what you want to do with your mech.
But I can make a super robot EMP motherfucker that can shoot laser beams from a gun.
I did say then. Well, this leaves us then for our next week. We'll be doing an RPG from a Canadian Heavy Gear.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh, yeah.
Which unlike Lancer, actually has a miniatures game as a part of it,
built into it. Yeah.
So we're gonna have to take a look at both halves. I hope one of you minis guys are here because I'm going to be like a worthless piece of shit on that section.
Oh, I'll be here.
Heavy Gear is something. Let me
just
say that.
Okay, I'm just gonna put this out there. What if I told you I actually backed when they were doing their revival of their the RPG system? I backed and I put myself in the game, trying to figure out.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you did. There's even art of the character too.
I did.
Oh, we're gonna be seeing that. Tune in next week, folks.
Next time, Heavy. We're getting